Yes, me famudem una cabo me famudem, of course. Me famudem una cabo this na after Eid Fitr broadcast we bring come to una today live from studio Sheriff's Broadcast Network Entertainment Center. Of course, today na extraordinary day where we get for bring come to una extraordinary broadcast from our studio. Of course, we want for say a lot of thanks and appreciation to the Almighty Allah for we able for spare we throughout the month of Ramadan, for we were able for observe the month of Ramadan. Of course, let God give you the blessings of the month of Ramadan. Of course, as we know, Ramadan now one of the 5 pillars of Islam. And of course, as a Muslim, you always get for make sure say you observe the 5 pillars of Islam, or you uphold them 5 pillars them. For the benefit of the one that will not know the 5 pillars, probably necessary for us to go over them quickly. Number 1, you always get forget this belief, and you get for always say the kalma to shahadat, when Allah ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that there is no other God but Allah, and that Muhammad, peace be upon him, is his messenger. That's not one of the pillars. You get for believing that. The second pillar is that you have to pray 5 times a day as a Muslim. That's the second pillar. And of course, the third pillar, you get for always pay zakat. For anything with God don't endow you with, God don't give you, God don't give you, you get for always pay zakat. You pull small part waiting God don't give you, for pay zakat. Christians then call them tithe, Muslims will call them zakat. So that are the third pillar of Islam. The fourth pillar of Islam, now you as a Muslim, you get for fast during the month of Ramadan, when that would just don't complete. And of course, as we know, Ramadan are the 9th month of the Muslim calendar or the Islamic calendar, and of course we just don't observe that. And of course, the 5th pillar of Islam, now in your own halal way, if you're able for one time in your lifetime, you're able for pay a visit to the holy city of Mecca for go perform Hajj, with resources that we're not halal, we're not to thief or trample upon somebody in right for able to get that money for go perform Hajj. And so those are the 5 pillars of Islam. So we just don't observe one, and so we pray to the Almighty God for let it give blessings of the Ramadan as we just don't complete that. And so my family today, what we did try for Dunaya. So today, we get for basically what we did try for Dunaya. So today we want for discuss something very very important. We seem for pay a blind eye to them, or get on cold shoulders. We not really look at them for being something very very important. And what we try for Dunaya so today, now for let we able for really delve a little bit into the Sierra Leonean musical identity. What's our musical identity? Because some of we will be grapple with small. We know say certain music, then they certain songs, then they we then play them, then things, then turn and they will be the grow up. No matter who say they around the globe, you do not say this particular music here na Salome come out, this na Sierra Leonean music. Now the same thing but they happen, it happen with other countries, the music them. And so we want for delve into that Sierra Leonean musical identity, for really try for find out, for try for understand, within our musical identity, if we get any more. So now that's not the crux of our broadcast today. And of course, during the past month of Ramadan, plenty things that don't happen at Sierra Leone. We don't see the new government, they can operate. They don't take certain actions. And of course, we get for look at some of the actions that the government don't take. And so, me family them for you just to join we. This is Sheriff's Broadcast Network. Today we come to now live from we entertainment studio. This studio is purely for musical broadcast, and that we get for do today now. So once more, I want to tell you plenty thank you for your time, for your patience, and of course to the Muslims then we join we for observe the month of Ramadan. One for tell you plenty thank you. And of course, you know, we appreciate una for the comments they want to send to we, for the questions they want to ask, for the support we want to give. We appreciate all of that. And so we get for continue for bring calm them programs they ask to una until we reach a point where we'll get for expand with network, and possibly we'll begin for broadcast live from Sierra Leone. And so for now, we want for me to stick around as we continue for bring the programs to you. Stick around with us.
Real facts, music.
To be good, put them aside. All the stress is you.
Real facts, music.
All the way home, you know what I'm saying? Anything way to do that is life. What goes around comes around, you know? But you gotta keep your head up, you gotta keep your faith up. Seminar born popo popo and no get no couple. Team for itself, so you know they and I gonna the ball. Some them say I no go shine, no I no go make her. Some them say na idleness I dey pan, papa go dey watch you. That mama will say I no go prosper, but now me one day no. That witch man will say I no go make am, but now me one day no. Say I believe in God, oh, no matter the obstacles. Say I believe in God, oh, no matter the weather. No matter the weather, hey hey, you gon' make am. If you na farmer, hey hey, you gon' make am. If you na beggar, the weather, trying very hard to put things together. You then pass and call me name like say now you bunny. If now you picking that guy, so you know I make that is summer. But for the future, I say me I no go ever tire. I go fight till the end and say I go must go higher. And this how you day, I say all I'm with you. No matter the weather, hey hey, you gon' make her. If you na farmer, hey hey, you gon' make her. If you na beggar, hey hey, you gon' must make her. Even the painter, hey hey, you gon' must make her. You know I'm making understand something about this world, the way things they work in this world. If you don't get anything good for say but somebody, not talking nothing at all. Sometimes when I look some people they laughing out things, then they feel sorry for them. Because every day and then they put them pumping down. And then they wonder why success not ever appear in their life. You always the hardest way till you invest. You know what I mean? If you invest in success, you will always be successful. If you invest in the company future, you will always be successful. Not all time for shine, somebody else get for shine, it's I mean. And at the end of the day, we're going to support each other, we love each other. No matter the weather. Farmer, hey hey, you gon' make her. If you na beggar, hey hey, you gon' must make her. Even the painter, hey hey, Okay, it's Marvick on the microphone, and I'm never gonna leave you alone.
Yes, my family, of course, we want to say a lot of thanks and appreciation to Una. Of course, we want to apologize to Una for that technical glitch we'll be getting under just now. Of course, which will want for sure not to come up. But no matter what happen, your own time go calm. No matter what people then say about you, your own time get for calm. No worry about anybody, waiting people that they talk, but you don't worry. You know, no matter whether you're an angel, now this what people then get for talk about you. I not say now you do small mistake, then get for continue for talk about you. But you not get for worry about that as a human being. Not worry about waiting people that talk about you as long as you know say you follow the righteous path. Now you for follow. You know, we all they talk about we like me say waiting happen now. So people that they talk about me. In fact, the one they will not sabi myself and then they talk about me. But you know waiting, we don't care. You know, we don't know you, I don't know you. We don't care about waiting people that they say. You just get for keep you focused. And so me fun with them, you know, we get for can go into the analysis of music properly because now that we get for doing so today, you know, for compare between the music of yesteryears and the music of today from Sierra Leone, and actually look at Sierra Leonean musical artists and for see what kind of contributions whether they make to the development of the country. Until we all the talk say, oh, one for Lex Salon go before, one for let the country go before. Waiting with musical artists then they do for able for, you know, live up to that expectation, live up to that kind sentiment we they maintain. Now that's we get for talk about now so today. But before that, of course, plenty things that be done they happen at Sierra Leone. Whilst we they fast, we don't stop the broadcast. Nobody, you know, try for broadcast during Ramadan. But after Ramadan, we don't come back. We get for bring some of them in the tuna, you know. And so one for me stick around as we bring one to you right now. One for me look at this video and then we'll talk about them. All right.
We are here for the President to administer the oath of office to the Attorney General and Minister of Justice designate. According to the Supreme Court Act, it doesn't have to go through Parliament. So according to the Supreme Court decision, it doesn't have to go through Parliament. So that's why we are here today as the principal advisor to the government for him to take the oath so that he can start office in earnest. So I have the pleasure of presenting to you, Mr. President, Charles Francis Magai Esquire.
Come this way. Dim the light.
I, Charles Francis Magai, do hereby in the name of God swear that I will faithfully and truly discharge the duties of the office of Attorney General and Minister of Justice of the Republic of Sierra Leone, and that I will support, uphold, and maintain the Constitution of Sierra Leone as by law established. So help me God.
All right, me family, we not want for belabor the point. We not want for stick on that too much. But waiting can happen. This now, Charles Francis Magai. Now we look at just now. Matter of fact, let's see that once more. All right, and so now Charles Francis Magai, now we don't see just now way they take out of office as to the General Minister of Justice. Now we don't know what can happen. suddenly we just hear you say Charles Magai, they don't replace him. The president don't replace him with a female person. Where in fact historically she is going to be the first person where as a female we get for take that position there. So in the country, and so we get for can't talk about that. But some of we not surprised at that because some of us we know Charles Magai very well. We be no say something like this will happen. The only thing we will not be know was that whether it will lead to his to his sacking or for change him swiftly like that, because this is not the first person way they don't change this government. We all man they talk say this government is made up of highly qualified people, but Charles Magai not the first person this way they don't just just change. So we'll get for can't talk about that one day. But let's talk about Ramadan once more. Of course, when I know say the president a Christian, a Catholic Christian for that matter, of course the vice president a Muslim. But on prayer day, on Friday, the president and the vice president and many of the ministers stay with the Muslims then go to stadium, then go pray with the Muslims then. Now that is so good, that is so excellent. Me say that one day they with the Catholic Christian they go pray with the Muslims, then that means it don't change to Muslim. No, even the Pope they pray with Muslims. And so it was a very good example where the president said where they go pray with the Muslims then. For able for no say that lie way, Pastor Ajesafe Bidepa, because all that thing we been happen at that time they will be know for say the president, the former president of the country, and his by Krumai Han Bidipana, because na be in friend and best friend with Pastor Ajesafe. In fact, in church na day ago. So because of all this agenda for continuity, for extending time of office, there be one for create confusion at the country so that religious tension. So that for them make it extend the time of office so that it go don't stay in power. Now that make it go tell us go talk something way controversial. For more than 300 years, Muslims, Christians, and traditional believers have been living in Sierra Leone amicably with each other without any problem. And so for let somebody when a stranger come off in your own country, kind of country, for let utter statements, very slanderous statements, insightful statements like that, then one in the way I just have been utter. It came to some of us as a surprise. But as tolerant and resilient as Sierra Leonean people are, we're not able to get inside that trap way, and as by Kroma been said, for let confusion happen at the country, Muslims against Christians, it turn to religious fete, then that's going to make it extend in time of office, staying in power, work. So the president within a stadium, he go for prayer with the Muslims then, which is very good. And so let's see that. In fact, let's see it.
As a nation, one thing will get very unique. We in fact no other country really know get in a way the Muslims and the Christians not get any difference between them.
Now the day this way, God they pay all the people them we do the fasting. But the significance when me and Your Excellency Kaya now for showcase to Sierra Leoneans they say this is a country with high religious tolerance. This is a country wherein the president get interest in the life, the development, the progress of every Sierra Leonean, irrespective of the religion where they belong to.
Where you don't fast for 30 days, we come together, we celebrate as Muslims, as one family. So for we, this is just a celebration to say thank you to God and thank you that we don't spend 30 days with a fast. We don't see this wonderful day when at the end of the fast.
We don't show say today religious tolerance at the heart of this relation. So therefore them too, then can pray with the Muslim community. For make we thank God thank you for wait the Ramadan done with peace. And also for make we ensure say this country will continue for consolidate with religious tolerance over.
One day no one day happen. So happy, be glad and may God can bless the Ramadan the fast. May God give the blessing of the Ramadan. May God make peace and unity continue for the country.
We need peace, stability and security. When the Christians and the Muslims, one of the biggest group of religious people in this country, stay together, then we will get the necessary stability for how we develop this country. As a nation, one thing will get very unique. We in fact no other country really know get neither way the Muslims and the Christians not get any difference between them.
Now the day this way, God they pay all the people them we do the fasting. But the significance when me and Your Excellency Kaya now for showcase to Sierra Leoneans and say this is a country with high religious tolerance. This is a country wherein the president get interest in the life, the development, the progress of every Sierra Leonean, irrespective of the religion where they belong to.
Where you don't fast for 30 days, we come together, we celebrate as Muslims, as one family. So for we, this is just a celebration to say thank you to God and thank you that we don't spend 30 days with a fast. We don't see this wonderful day when at the end of the fast.
We don't show say today religious tolerance at the heart of this nation. So therefore them too, then can pray with the Muslim community. For make we pray God thank you for wait the Ramadan done with peace. And also for make we ensure say this country will continue for consolidate with religious tolerance.
One day no one day happy. We're so happy, we glad may God can bless the Ramadan and fast. May God give you the blessing of the Ramadan. May God make peace and unity continue for the country.
We need peace, stability and security. When the Christians and the Muslims, one of the biggest group of religious people in this country, stay together, then we will get the necessary stability for how we develop this country. As a nation, one thing.
All right, and so my family at that, you know, I've been the Prede Stadium, na Freetown. Of course, we don't, you know, want to say a lot of thanks to the president for, you know, making sure that he able for show that leadership example. You know, when Christians and Muslims then see a president go to stadium, pray on the Eid with other Muslims, then that is a very strong message of religious tolerance. And so would I ever be one for bring down, you know, a lucky business in our country? You're not go able, because Muslims, Christians, we have always lived together. You know, now that make any time we'll gather. They say Muslim prayers, Christian prayers. With the religions that they pray. In fact, they pour libation for the one that we believe in traditional beliefs, right? And so, my family just like up with the talk, Chasmagai. You know, Chasmagai demand this when I be the Attorney General Minister of Justice under this new government. A very sudden for let we see Malek at this, we don't take up this position, then quick one, they don't sack him, they don't replace her with somebody else. You know, I mean, I feel say it's a slap on him because, you know, we know Chasmagai, na man way very controversial. Me particularly when you talk to Nana so na man way I personally sabi. I don't spend up to 3 months with Chasmagai one-on-one. You know, we don't work on a different side of me into. So, and sabi am very well. And I've been not saying I'm very controversial because waiting to happen when you look at Chasmagai, the way we be young and vibrant, and the way we look now, it don't begin old. And so, as people in the age, now so that they become stubborn. And so, if we be young and arrogant, you know, get this idea, say get monopoly of knowledge. That's not in one great sabi all thing. And now that it don't begin the age, in fact, the problem don't become worse. So now that they go on with Chasmagai. Chasmagai don't come inside this government. According to all the data we don't gather, we find out say this my office when it misconstrue in role as a legal advisor to the president and to the government. You know, because as Attorney General and Minister of Justice, according to the Constitution of Sierra Leone, you are the legal advisor to the President and the government of Sierra Leone. But in that role, you get for also know say your powers are limited because the President are the President still, especially that the President was elected by the people and you were appointed by the President. You know, so because of, you know, say, all the other ministers, them, including the Chief Minister, where the president appoint for take up the responsibility of those ministries. Only the Minister of the Attorney General, Minister of Justice, now no need the approval of Parliament for doing work. So Chasmagai say this now this now executive authority. You remember that word then two words, the executive, supreme, no, that three words. Supreme executive authority. Way and as by Kroma been used for violating the constitution way back when he sacked the vice president. Well, Charles McGuffey himself get this authority. He begin for tell the presidency, you're not supposed to do this, you're not supposed to do that. Like the issue of the chief minister. He say it is against the constitution for let the president go appoint or for create the chief minister office. Then also, you know, certain people in the way we don't get personal issues with before they acquire this position. As they don't acquire this position, they don't begin put things then together for personally go after the people they are. And the president they look at and say, if I allow this Maya for do this there, it go make we all look bad. And we don't talk to them for let it take easy. Now we uncle, now we don't take out tell him for me take easy, but he's stubbornly refusing to do that. And so the only resort here is for us to change him, and that's some of the reasons that when the other one they go do it maybe even deeper than what we don't explain to now. And so there was no choice, there was no option but to replace him. And so the president replaced the Attorney General Minister of Justice, Charles Francis Kondowa Mangai. He is no longer the vice president of the Attorney General Minister of Justice in the country. You know, so as you say, that's not a very good precedent way they set. Now, next we also see the president don't do a major commission of the construction of a major road in the country from Bo to Matrujong, right? That's in your area. The president self talking and I born at that side they come out. It says so the agenda for infrastructural development will get for happen at the country. It's in under the beginning and spread them out. And so as I talk to una also, when I know see the people of Kenya then go through quite a lot for 10 years. They were living in dust and mud. The streets are not being they be bad off. So as I'm speaking to you now, they are constructing those roads streets as well. And so again for continue like that. So let us see what the president say about the commissioning of the Bo Matrujong Highway, right? Let's see that. Well, my family was sorry about that. It looked like say that Charles Magai thing get for come again, and then we'll go back to the road.
We are here for the president to administer the oath of office to the Attorney General and Minister of Justice designate. According to
for First Tricon Limited Construction Company, made the talk. It promise say them go do them best for make sure say the road them done them within the term where they give them for make them done them. It go before for talk say it go exceed the president and salon people expectation in the way where they get for construct this road there where they don't give them for make.
And members of the high table. We welcome you to First Tricon. We are determined beyond any human reason that if we can conceive this, we can achieve it and achieve it beyond what we plan. The idea is if you have a plan, strive to exceed the plan that you have. And Mr. President, we will exceed your expectations.
Where President Biomi they talk, he say Engladi for the road where they can construct where they go na in hometown. He also talk say that na the beginning of waiting them promise the salon people them. He also talk say infrastructure na one way for facilitate economic development na the country as in government get for look into quality infrastructure.
Here this afternoon, the commission please land machine for the construction of no less the road leading to my home. Charity starts at home. And like the Minister for Work said, the journey of the Million Mind starts with the first step. But that first step must be in the right direction. And it is in the new direction, leading to my home. I'm honored and proud that after such a long time, I can go home quickly for a weekend. Of course, this is part of the infrastructural development we've been talking about and we've committed ourselves to. Infrastructure is an enabler. It enables economic development to come.
But people don't agree say infrastructure now one way for push the other sector of development and go before inside salon. For AYV crews, Mina Idris Akonte, with the CEO for First Tricon Limited Construction Company, may they talk.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, courtesy of AYV TV, one for tell them plenty. Thank you. Of course, now the president of Sierra Leone, retired Brigadier General Julius Mada built the commission, the Bo Matru Jong Highway. Of course, then get for construct that one day, and other constructions then get for take place in the country. And you know, by the level of how things they go on at the country, I really feel say, this president is going to end up doing well for the country. I have no doubt for say it will do extremely well in that area. And now let us also talk about Freetown. Freetown, as we all know, especially during the rainy season, all the inhabitants, the people that already live in Freetown, they're all the heart can hang, especially the one that way nearby then Peninsula Mountains or then he'll heal them. The hearts can always hang where rainy season they can because of the experiences where they don't get in the past. And so with this new government, waiting at some of the plans that with this government being gets for able for CC, that kind of thing will be happen in the past year where the mudslide happened, and subsequently, I mean, apart from that, even before that, every year now where rainy season can flooding they happen at Sierra Leone, where people and they na Freetown, where people and they lost their lives, people and they lost property. And so all man where they Freetown now, the asking always hang where rainy season on come. So as any responsible government where you can have power, these are some of the things that people that feel say you go pay attention to. And so election don't pass now, so we get for blow small by APC, because APC they don't go into oblivion. They're not there around anymore. We're not they worry too much about them. Now the SLPP they now then they in power, so now we get for talk about. And so, but for 10 years where you dey in a position of authority, see this particular problem they happen all the time, and you're not able to put one modality in place for able for at least minimize them, even if you not completely eradicate them, even if you not completely finish them, but at least you're able for bring the impact down, you're able for minimize them to at least the lowest level. APC not be able for do that one day. So waiting at some of the moves that with this government don't take for able for make sure say certain communities in Freetown where they can suffer more when the adverse weather conditions they don't take place. Waiting at the plans that we didn't get for them. Of course, when I know say the mayor of Freetown right now an APC lady, but in fact the APC they don't vex Spana because they work closely with the government, with the SLPP government. But what other option does she have, except if you don't mean well for the city of Freetown? But if you mean well for the city of Freetown, you have no option but to work with the sitting government, the government where they're in place now. You get for work with this government for ensure say they don't help the city, right? So Akisoya they work with the government for able for help the city, and some of this is where we appreciate people of this nature, people of this kind. Time day for politics and time day for national development. This particular time in this government, I like the approach with this president don't take, even by the appointment the way they make. At least it draw all mankind inside. So not to tempt this for go begin to strengthen you on corner, instead of working together, you begin for, avoid, begin for, continue for play this divide and rule thing. No, it's not, this is not the time. So let's see what you do in Freetown right about this time. All right, let's see that.
We did on this flood mitigation plan where the kick off in earnest, or it go kick off fully on Wednesday. But we don't need we don't work with different partners them, and the idea now the fact say we know say rainy season it come. And because when the season it come, it's very important for let the water side them, the culvert them, the gutter, and waterway like this. We don't the block and cause flooding. For let before the rain for a heavy one, we don't come and clear them. So CRS, Catholic Relief Services, they don't liaise with we, and we will know say this today, then it work on Crew Bay. Coming from Wednesday, we have for work on 35 different flood flash points them across the city. Well, say we, Freetown City Council, with ASLAF, then the Army, with SLRA, and then different partners, like where CRS and do this one, other partners and they come in, UNICEF and they provide support, WFP, etc. But across the city, then side where the studies then don't show, say, blockage day, either in a Dotty, on a Poto, or for some areas then there, you go to see as we go along. Some side, person don't build slab. We don't block the gutter. Person don't put a pipe. We say don't block the gutter. So then and they all over the next 15 days from Wednesday, we go. We there on this flood mitigation plan where the kick off in earnest, or we go kick off fully on Wednesday. But we don't work with different partners them. On this flood mitigation plan where the kick off in earnest, or we go kick off fully on Wednesday. But we don't work with different partners them, and the idea now the fact say we know say rainy season it come. And because when the season it come, it's very important for let the water side them, the culvert them, the gutter, and waterway like this. We don't the block and cause flooding. For let before the rain for a heavy one, we don't come and clear them. So CRS, Catholic Relief Services, they don't liaise with we, and we will know say this today, then it work on Crew Bay. Coming from Wednesday, we have for work on 35 different flood flash points them across the city. Well, say we, Freetown City Council, with ASLAF, then the Army, with SLRA, and then different partners, like where CRS and do this one, other partners and they come in, UNICEF and they provide support, WFP, etc. But across the city, then side where the studies then don't show, say, blockage day, either in a Dotty, on a Poto, or for some areas then there, you go to see as we go along. Some side, person don't build slab. We don't block the gutter. Person don't put a pipe. We say don't block the gutter. So then and they all over the next 15 days from Wednesday, we go. We there on this flood mitigation plan where the kick off in earnest, or we go kick off fully on Wednesday. But we don't work with different partners them, and the idea
I apologize for that, but they talk me voice not be the control. But waiting will be the talk about Akisoya, the current mayor of the city council of Freetown City Council. Now in they talk about waiting how the city don't they work with other development partners then for me and clean the city, right? And so it is a very good thing, especially at this point in time where consistently this kind of catastrophe don't they take place in the country, wherein every time when a rainy season, people then they lost their lives, then they lost property, flooding they happen, mudslide, and so these things are not good for the country. So it is a good thing that even though this is not an APC mayor, but it will work with the government. Of course, she has no option but to do that. And so right now, in fact, as we talk to you, there is a city plan where they work on how Freetown supposed to look like. Like when they put a city plan together, then they talk about Wusai gutter then for day, Wusai Wairinka, Wusai water for pass, Wusai markets people there for Sidom, Wusai offices then get for day. All them different things that were supposed to happen at a city, they are all going to compartmentalize them, right? Because you see, them and then they work at it, they go to other people and countries, then they see their own cities, how they, not to foresee will not get the expertise in Sierra Leone. People are well educated in that country, they don't learn different things, the engineering and all of that. But now they will on the part of the people, for me they able for disseminate, let them able for get rid of this mentality of corruption, for me they get the sense of patriotism, for me they do things then for the country, for me they put salon force. You therefore put salon force, and the mentality is this. It no matter any small corner where you find yourself, what they do now that you small corner for brighten that corner. So when people then turn around, they talk say, oh yeah, now Ibrahim now they operate on that side. Just like oh, they at the television I so. You know, at least me no say no matter how many people they hate what here they do, but I know say I get some fan base where they go talk say Sheriff's Broadcast Network now Ibrahim the network that one day. So me say now this with small corner I so gets what would they do now this small corner for brighten this small corner now would they do so. So all Sierra Leoneans then get for put their hands on deck for brighten their own small corners. If you're an engineer, what they do now that your small engineering corner for brighten that corner day. If you're a nurse, what they do now that your corner day. You're a teacher, what they do now that your small teaching corner. You know, you're a carpenter, what they do now that your carpentry corner day. What they do for able for help this country go before. So we all get for put two hands together for ensure say we don't do this. Because apart from Sierra Leone, which other country do you have? You not get any other country. Sierra Leone are the only country we get. It just sound like when you get your parents, your mama and your daddy. Which other parents that you go get? Perhaps you get duplicates there now, but the one them when are the biological one them. If you don't lose them, you don't lose them. Right? So Akisoya one for raise we had up to him because of how it don't begin work. Now Freetown, with the kind cleaning what they do na the city, we know say after 2-3 years, Freetown get for be clean. You know, because some of we like who can travel go town, and not like for the inside Freetown. Even though this is the seat of government, this is the capital city of Sierra Leone. And not like for Sidondi. Because of the way the city dirty, because of how noisy it is. Like when you can go upline, they breathe fresh air. You know, everything where they meet up on the upline is so fresh and nice. Freetown when at the city, you don't want to live there because of how the city is. So there has to be proper planning, and I will not say, you know, even though there are some people that need to maintain this idea, say, oh, I don't want to let that person succeed because not all party there. Anybody will maintain that one day, you know, because when your leaders fail, now your country don't fail. So you don't want your leaders to fail. You want them to succeed, right? So no matter what they before, as long as a leader they try to do something good, you want for me to succeed in doing it. Except the one that way bad. Whether they do bad thing, we don't want to pray for them for me to succeed. We pull them come out. Alright? So Akisoya they do very well in that area. Right? So we get for continue for bring the programs to now, of course, from Sheriff's Broadcast Network. One for me to stick around as we continue for bring the programs to you. Stick around with us.
I don't fall for you, don't fall for you. Mahmoud, oh no, 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 no. Crack twists and Sam's are there. Oh baby, what you feeling is too feeling.
Apkili Shanky Sugar Productions.
Shanky Pandi, yeah, 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 yeah. You are stuck in my head, oh. Angelina. Yeah. Angelina, my love, oh, yeah, 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 yeah. You are stuck in my brain, oh. Angelina, Angelina.
Weird Facts, music.
So collabo, succulent. Man, baby, oh, man,
All right, of course, that's not just a prelude to the musical coverage we'll get for Bring Cam to now. Of course, some of the musical artists them. So, me fun with them. The next thing we want to talk about now, electricity in Freetown, right? Electricity. Of course, you know, when the APC government they not power, they don't left 2-3 months for like we get elections. We will not be get consistent electricity in the country before that time. So 2-3 months to elections, they then go sign one contract with a Turkish a company in Turkey. Then sign contract to them for me then bring electricity in a saloon. So then bring the electricity through a ship. The ship can, you know, harbor na the sea na Freetown, and from there they supply electricity na the city. Now, with the hope say this not a political game plan where we get for say when people then see 24 hours of electricity in Sierra Leone, that's go encourage them say, oh, the party woke, so let's vote for the party. You know, then forget say Sierra Leonean people have become so sensitive about, you know, the environment. They don't become so sensitive about their future, their politics, and so nobody really can play on it anymore, you know. So they come with that ship, they then can't tap on the water. Then from there they supply electricity to the city of Freetown. So light within that Freetown throughout this election time. Even though don't go par the runoff now, it reach some point I didn't tell us they wanna turn the light off back, then turn it off, they wanna turn the internet off, now they turn it off. APC. Anyway, we don't want to talk about APC anymore because now we get new government. We get for forget about APC small. We get for move on. But anyway, so when APC they not win this election, what did they do? Then tell the Turkish and say, "Una pull, una plug, una go." The contract done. So as they pull and plug, now blackout kind of return. The whole city don't turn dark. So now they want for let this new government look bad. For say they're not able to provide electricity because you see government na a continuity. You know, we say the one post you don't tap where you come na they continue from. So there be one for let the new government look bad. For say when you don't come where you supposed to continue from, we say we stop. They're not able to provide electricity for una. But anything I wanna vote for this government, so that's what you get. That not be the whole mentality. But anyway, you know, we're able to find out say the Minister of Energy and the President of Alhaji Kanjasi say don't able for work with, you know, the same Turkish government or the company from Turkey. They don't talk with them. They don't renegotiate the entire contract. They don't renegotiate everything. In fact, they don't bring the cost down to a very considerable level where it don't be say the country don't able to save millions of dollars, as unlike the previous government. So the government able to save millions of dollars with this new contract. And so this new contract where they don't sign, it lasts for 2 years. So for 2 years there is going to be consistent electricity in Freetown, non-stop electricity get for it. Now why is that they go on? The government they can work on another contract for see how they go able for bring permanent electricity in the country. And you know, me not doubt this government. I not doubt this government because you see Sierra Leone, God don't give we everything. Everything what we need, God don't give them. Even that dirty way pack na bomb, where people that they talk about, where they heap fire upon that dirty alone with na bomb don't do for provide electricity for Freetown. If only we know how to use them. So all the dirty the way they come out from the city, if we're able to get at them dirty then day every day or every week, we're able to get at them dirty then day, that alone go generate electricity for we not need for go sign any contract with anybody. So I not get any doubt in this government for able to make that happen. You know, the things that way they make things that happen at Sierra Leone, now the willpower. You can forget the patriotic sense of patriotism and the willpower for you to do things. And it go happen. So we don't get any doubt for saying this president go able for do this. All right, we don't have doubt. And so let's listen to Alhaji Kanjasi say where they talk about this electricity, you know, and how all the problems that now with the country where they can meet, how then problems and they come over, how they come about, and waiting at some of the plans. Right? Let's listen to him.
Then they block say, like video, then video, hold on and like on. What in that mean? They not do good work. Wait. What you do good work? What we found will today be do good work today. Years and years after, now we still about that this building so. With the dance pan and ready for them. When you do good work, the day you know day, the work the day. They are built Naxa. 10 years after, look Naxa to Mate. They said, don't get it, boiler. They don't put some of the program. They bought Naxa still day, 9 institution. You say you build light. 10 years. As you go no more, so the light begin back. I'm glad the Minister of Finance there. The painful thing we don't go through inside this just 2 months. You don't read 2 months. We don't release 30 billion for fuel. 33 for fuel. Because the same system will meet, that the same system will still give the fuel to. Me and him don't talk. We know say that fuel day. But put it there for explain water. But you know they just can't quell something, you don't get replacement for it. You know they put football and I feel the sub no deal. You know the sub get for Sidon. Standby. The standby get for day. So what we can make the system rotten, we know. We know say they give money to rotten system. We know say the fear they give, we have big question mark on it. For example, last Friday, today Friday, we released a fear 3.9 billion, 4.2, no, 4.2 billion. The last one before yesterday, last Friday. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 9 blackouts to give back. You don't know. Fear don't know. Yesterday back, I get for good. I don't turn to my Jalagi and Minister of Finance. All tell the car, the Friday for money. Bishop don't shame. Because the money will Minister of Finance don't spend for energy. This is the issue. I don't see any other ministry there that don't spend for. You know it. But if you don't spend that, then get where we will say this light road that is safe. If you not the fee say it bad, if the whole city go bad, black, it go bad past this one. But the good news is, while we be dependent painfully, we will defend way how to address this issue. And I'm glad for telling us, say, we don't get the solution. Why is the Islam? Inside the next 3 days, by God is power. I'm ready for that. We can meet the bad contract APC sign. They call with one company they call Agreco. Agreco. The ministry, they get 2 hands. They get 1 hand where they distribute. They get 1 hand where they produce the energy. The 1 hand where they produce the energy, it is sell to the hand where they distribute. These are the same ministry. The hand where they distribute, they buy from the one where they producer. The one where they producer, it is sell they call a kilowatt hour. It is sell at 35 cents. The one where they buy to this one.
All right, and so my family, this na Alhaji Kanjasi say now we see under where they talk about how the energy situation within the country, you know, and it talk eloquently. But this goes back to justify or verify the many talks the old talk during the electioneering period na Sierra Leone for say between the SLPP and the APC, according to historical evidence, them where we don't see, for so between the two political parties, them one day where they always spoil and the other one day where they always make. So again, SLPP don't come meet, APC don't batter, but good thing then at the country. So SLPP they dip and gather again for able for fix them, because this is what SLPP always does. Na Sierra Leone, if you go by history, this is what SLPP does. And so I don't know what can happen with we after we like where SLPP don't in a power for 5 years, 10 years, where election time come back, the people that go vote back for APC, the APC come back, they scatter out thing. You know, so I don't know what to get for happen with that. But the most important thing is that the SLPP, then they do the job. So just like I don't say, they don't find a solution to that electricity problem. Of course, Upline, Bo, Kenema, you know, McKinney, they're not get for worry tomorrow because there is consistency in electricity in that side. But Freetown, they don't find a solution to it. And now they are even looking for another permanent solution to the problem. So the next thing we'll get for talk about na water business na the country, na Freetown particularly, because my family it look like say it go be a disgrace for let people then turn around. Sierra Leone way water they all over the country, people that they suffer for water. We picking and they grab 4 a.m. then they walk a miles and miles for go find water, then tote that water na the aid, then they can't cross the dangerous road that we say them to carry they pass, they not even check for nobody. Then even when that picking they know say get for grab by 4 a.m. for go find water, that in mind where they think about that grab where they grab early for go find that water, they go make it not go even focus by the school work we get for do for able for succeed in life. Now this we picking and don't go throughout now the country where we all go through anyway. They will picking and back then come, they don't go through the same thing. So how the SLPP government they try for solve this problem of water? So the Minister of Water Resources, when a Dr. Jonathan Tengbe, now they talk on that. I mean, we know say APC they try small for solve water problem at the country. But they're not able for done adequately because when they still turn around, when they see people then they struggle for water business. Now Freetown, pass now them Bowser they where they care go they go, you know, peanuts on sign. If I want somebody they will be the run for Guna Parliament and that Freetown some parts where na inge for go, he go put a Bowser, I pay money them can with water then put inside for let that community there for me then use them. So meaning that the APC government are able for solve the problem of water in Sierra Leone. And so how the SLPP they handle that? Let's see that from Dr. Jonathan Tengbe. All right.
Thank you very much, David. That's a really very good question, and I will lay bare some of the issues to show our commitment. Okay. We're under the new direction, under the leadership of His Excellency, retired Brigadier Julius Madabio. As you rightly said in your opening statement, he laid bare the policies. And the overall objective is to increase access of the population to safe drinking water, as you rightly said, and improve sanitation. We are working towards that, and so when I took office, the first thing I did was to set up a 100-day plan. And that 100-day, the meaning behind it is that in planning, you have to have a planning horizon. 100 days is like a short-term plan that you should have to be able to understand what is going on and to be able to assess and speedily provide the necessary measures or the necessary access to the safe drinking water as you have rightly planned. We have the medium-term plan, which is like 17 months, and we have also the long-term plan, which is 40 months. The total time horizon we have is the 5-year plan for the new direction. Okay. And we want to make sure that during this 3-time horizon we'll do exactly what we say we are going to do. So if I can start with the 100-day plan, which is key to delivery. Well, first of all, His Excellency clearly said in his speech that he is going to increase government investment, public sector investment, from 3%, currently below 3%, to 10%. So that's going to help us to be able to implement some of the plans that we are going to put together. The 100-day plan has elements in it which will go over the 100 days, obviously. For example, when you look at construction of a new water reservoir for Freetown, you cannot do it in 100 days, definitely, so people should understand that. However, what I seek to do is to start the process of identifying investors and to put a procurement strategy in place. So within that 100 days, we will have identified a major investor that will invest in that particular infrastructure, and to be able to do a procurement strategy and all those sort of things. So that's what we will do for the. So effectively, that particular infrastructure, construction of a reservoir for Freetown, which we have identified Rokel as a source of water, will only happen within the time frame for maybe 2-3 years, because you have to procure a contractor, and the contractor will need time to mobilize. I mean, there will be negotiations in terms of how payment terms, because we are looking at the procurement strategy we are looking at is the PPP. The PPP simply means public-private partnership, where you identify an investor who will actually come in, build that infrastructure, and over time you pay him the money. We, in our ministry, and under the new direction, our strategy is also to raise revenue, not only to depend on the 10% money that government is going to provide for us. We're going to set up a water resource agency with a view to actually look at some of the critical issues around water resource. For example, raw water is now got free of charge. People get it free. The mining companies are actually using the water, polluting the water, without paying anything towards the revenue to government. We'll look at also agricultural activities going on, especially in industrialization of agriculture, that is the order of the day today. We'll seek to get revenue from them when they use raw water. So it's not only the potable water that we'll be getting revenue from by selling it to the public, but we'll also expect industrialists to buy both the raw water and also the potable water. So with that, if we're able to achieve that, there will be a strong foundation to convince our public-private partners that we will pay them in the long run. Because probably Thank you very much, David. That's a really very good question.
Are the powers vested in me by the Constitution?
Right. So, family, of course, that now Dr. Jonathan Tembe, of course, Minister of Water Resources in Sierra Leone. You know, instead they walk in your corner, they pants guy. So can you imagine all them man? They are this not just some of them we don't name. Now the other one then they can do the work. The Ministry of Tourism, Ministry of Foreign Affairs. In fact, we can bring the Foreign Affairs as well. You know, all they do then you work. So can you imagine if all man they work? And at the end of the day, they get for reports to we for little turn around for see the tangibles. Within the things the way they don't do practically, all go see with your eye, all go touch, all go feel, you know, not so boku talk. This is not reality now in place. And so this is what the SLPP government does. I mean, now then talk you can talk, so man can talk, say we are biased, you know. This is just the fact. Because waiting the media supposed for doing, supposed for bring out the facts. You know, you need for lay the facts naked, let people that see them. You don't need for, you know, begin to bend, you know, the truth, right? So the water side back, then they can work on himself, we get for see what they go on with that. All right. But anyway, the president, as when I know, he was a brigadier general in the army. As president of the Republic of Sierra Leone, began for commission more than 60 or so cadet officers that we don't passing out, you know, second lieutenants in the army. So you go for that ceremony in Sierra Leone. So the military serve then they can work, and of course it make a promise say Sierra Leone supposed for take a stage. So Sierra Leone supposed for meaningfully contribute to international peacekeeping. You know, we say for Dede, because you know we don't go through 11 years of brutal civil war. After that civil war, we don't go through you know, transition into democracy. Even though you know APCB want bring kata for this democracy, but from the time when the war done in 2002 all the way to 2007, at least I would say there was peaceful transition of power, you know, from one power government to the other. And of course, for 10 years, the country was relatively peaceful. And then past now inside the 2018 election, we then bring both camp. But Sierra Leone is supposed to play a role in international peacekeeping. So that's what the president said. So let us see what's happened now, Pada passing out.
I, the powers vested in me by the Constitution of the Republic of Sierra Leone as Commander-in-Chief, I hereby commission you to the ranks of lieutenants and second lieutenants this first day of the month of June in the year of our Lord 2018. Congratulations.
It's coming back home from where, you know, it was trained, it was disciplined, and it developed, where it was helped to be the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. So it's very important. But also this is the very first time that the institution is training over 600 people to be recruited into the Armed Forces. That's also important.
30 odd years ago, he was out here witnessing his parents, his relations were witnessing the same thing. He been passed out as an officer in the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces. This one is big, because this is the first official military function he's coming into.
My administration will improve the terms and conditions of service for the RSLAM. As an institution to which I will always remain grateful, my aspirations for the RSLAM are unlimited. For the time being, my strongest desire is first of all to work assiduously to ensure the return of RSLAM contingent to international peacekeeping operations around the world. Let me also commend the commandant, the gallant instructors of this noble institution, and the administrative staff for a job well done. To the families of these trainees, I say a big thank you to all of you for motivating your children to take this challenge of serving our country. I, the powers vested in me by the Constitution of the Republic of Sierra Leone as Commander-in-Chief, I hereby commission you to the ranks of lieutenants and second lieutenants.
All right, and so me family, that's not been the president. We they not the passing out. Of course, we happen we don't commission some lieutenants, second lieutenants, and lieutenants in the army. Of course, they don't do that one day. And so me family, next now we therefore go to our analysis, the reasons why we are here. You know, of course, we therefore come to the one day exclusively. We want to take an exclusive look at the Sierra Leonean music and Sierra Leonean musical artists of yesteryears and today. Waiting at the difference. Where is our musical identity? Waiting to happen to Salon music, because Sierra Leonean music used to be sweet, it used to be nice, it used to be good. What has happened to Sierra Leonean music? So we are going to take a look at that today, because this is a very important discussion that we're supposed to have, because knowing how important music is to a community, to the people, to a country, we are going to delve a little bit into that by bringing up some of our musical artists and look closely at some of the works that they don't do, and then, you know, able for fairly critique them and see how we're able for make recommendations to them as to the kind of songs that we're supposed for they do in the country, right? And so one for me, stick around as we unfold that one day. Stick around with us.
Cielo, sí, sí. Yeah, bossa. Cielo, sí, sí. Partout, paint. Partout, make. Partout, I make I want to touch you, say not deadly. Partout, I make I want hold you, say not deadly. soup sweet, na money killer. Papa rep na sano mama. I get my first cut at the money. Just come up from make you be me honey. For you bottom power, for the twin tower, my God in power. For you bottom power, for the twin tower, my God in power. Fatue for me, Fatue, roll the catch me, Duba. As I want touch and so, no touch me. As I want old and so, you say no. Taste me olele, taste me pepper soup, yeah. It's the blow. I get my first cut at the money. Just come up and make you be me honey. For you bottom power, for the twin tower, my God in power. For you bottom power, for the twin tower.
All right, of course, ladies and gentlemen, that na Fatu by Tony T, of course, from Freetown, Sierra Leone. So just like I would on top, of course, we get some very positive comments and from family, where they watch right now, of course, who knows, people that don't suggest for let we go able for talk to the authorities in Sierra Leone about why then they sabotage the light business in the country. Well, we'll go do that one day, of course, now so we can able for, get how they able for talk to people there because of the comments then with the comment. So one for tell you plenty thank you. Matter of fact, let us see who actually suggested that. That now Mr. Abbas Kroma Abdullahi. Now he suggests that. One for tell you plenty thank you for that suggestion there. Of course, we are going to do just that. Sometimes again when stuff like this don't happen, it is always good for us to forge ahead instead of focusing on talking about would I then do it, would I then not do it. But in instances like this, we not say it's necessary for let the public know how it all happened. And at that one day Alhaji can just say do now that mocks the way you go, he lay him out, he explain everything. So I think he has done it. But the only thing we need for interview now, for that we're able for send them globally, so people can see how it happened at the global level, right? So we tell them plenty thank you. So me fam with them, we want to talk about Sierra Leonean music today. In the past, we know say salon music we get a very unique place in Africa, or in fact inside the world. Any side we say you play salon music, all man they know say this is salon music. When they talk about it anyway, S0 Jazz then they, Big Fire then they, Afro National, Sabano International, that kind, musical artists then the time they would every day. Some of them have been small people, or maybe we're not even born yet. But when we come, even now, as early as yesterday, I've been listening to some of them songs them. When I listen to the lyrics them, the talks them way then they put for their songs, and it's so meaningful that the beats not only fine we gonna make you dance to them, but at the same time the message that they put on the music, they teach you a lesson. They teach you something about life. So this is very important. But then when you look at the songs the way Sierra Leoneans that they do today, sometimes when I look at them, I don't get any identity. With it all over the place. Some man are hip-hop artists them. Some man are R&B singers. Some man they want for be reggae, artists them. We're all over the place. We not get any control, no identity anymore. So now that we get for look at today. But I think say what's important also is that we need for know what music they do to a human being, what music they do to a community, what music they do to a country. You know, how important is music in the development of a nation? Because it look like saying that this we young musical artists they don't know now in they lead them into doing music just fata. Because we don't say there is no employment in Sierra Leone in the first place. So the easiest way to get young people engaged, for me to engage themselves and get themselves busy, is by singing. Either any kind thing, any kind sing, what they want for sing, they just sing. Right? Any kind sing, what they want for sing, they just sing. So music is one thing where they use for that. But I think say we all get the moral responsibility for let we able for talk about this issue, so that probably some of we young people that way they in music business, we then care about the country and about the works we then they do, then go able for pay attention and at least begin for work on some of the issues them where they go with their musical business then with them deeper. So let we know which music they actually do, right? Let us take a look at what a music does. I'm about to bring up something in that regard. All right. You know, waiting on music and it impacts them on people. You know, first of all, music they tell a story. We all know that. We know say music na story they tell. You know, anybody we sing music, you know say you are telling a story. And of course, music they inspire the mind. It inspire the mind. They talks the way they talk on the music and they beat in the way they part the music. It they make your mind they become inspired for either do good or for do bad. You have to make a choice. But it inspire you for do something. Music they also motivates young people them. You know, it motivate them for do good things or bad things. Right? Music they affect the mood of the brain. You know, when they listen to certain music that you know say they affect your brain. You know, now make way some people that were sad, way some unfortunate things don't happen to them. Waiting they do now to music then they turn. When you play that music where you like, they make you forget about your problem. They make you relax. People that did and they play music for me they relax. You know, if then they find it difficult for sleep, then they play music for like put them to sleep. Certain music then they put you to sleep. So music they change the mood. And it change your brain, how you they process information, how you they think about a situation, you know. And music they change society as well, you know. Music they change society, you know. Can you imagine, you know, like you know we get certain musical artists then at Sierra Leone, we'll been get. Let's talk about like Salia Koroma, where they play the accordion. You know, by the way they play the accordion and the message the way they put by in song, they teach a lot of people a lot about life. It tells stories. And then music they make you stay focused. It make you stay focused. If not something you want for do, you know, when you listen to a particular music, because of the kind lyrics the way they put that music, it make you stay focused. So music they do then kind thing and they for people. You know, so music not to just, you know, like a, you know, something where you did just do a normal fata, right? Music, they do that thing and they for we. So we want to ask the honest question as to whether Sierra Leonean music, they do that kind of thing so what they talk about. Because we get music then now we man and they play. When you listen to the beats then, some of the beats are really, really good. But when you listen, waiting at the message where they part the music they are where they sing, waiting at the message, how that message here will be beneficial to Sierra Leone as a country. Out of every 10 of them, you go see one we go sing patriotic songs. Now make some of we take Emerson Buckley to the highest extreme as being a young man, where they sing about the issues. You know, somebody like Steady Bongo, where they sing about the issues, or where they sing about life, things that way they happen, they create that fun. right? So Sierra Leonean, the Sierra Leone don't lost in identity in music because of the kind trend we don't go through as a country, the kind experiences we don't go through as a country. You know, it don't make they admire other people that now other countries they pass because we not they admire our culture anymore. Right now, when you listen to some Sierra Leonean songs, the way that woman they sing like Nigerians. Nigerian language they speak Panay songs then. You know, or if na reggae they want for talk like Jamaicans. So we don't begin to lose our identity. Now we know say certain things than the way they do in music. They do them number one for sell your music, for let your music go be marketable, for let people then go gravitate towards your music, for let people then like for come around your music. So plenty of people that can talk say music where rudeness they inside, where human business they inside, where some rude talks and they inside. Now more people that like for buy. I mean, we not deny that. We know say people that like them kind of songs than they. But waiting make we Emma sing anytime we pull album where they sing about waiting the previous government that they do, all man they rush forget a copy of that in song. Now because of the patriotic messages where they inside the songs the way they sing. So in as much as we not deny waiting the mentality where people that they keep about songs, but at the same time we try for me to understand say it depends on the current situation at hand. If you sing songs that we get patriotic messages on them, when education matters, they educate people there about certain things there. Of course, people will gravitate towards it. I mean, let us just see how Salah Kroma do this. Let us see him, and you listen to the words and you read the subscripts, you know, the writings that we did pan and let you see waiting it actually sing about. You know, in this particular song, yeah, they sing about man of war. Then at the time when they go part the Second World War, then go fight on behalf of the British. He is singing about her whole experience. So you when a small picking like a wish so will not be there alive then and they wouldn't go part that war day. By listening to his song, would they able for know exactly waiting at the oldies they wouldn't go through then time and they wouldn't go fight that war. So that is the essence of music. So let us see what Salia talk about that.
Manawai wa goe boama. Manawai wa goe boama. Manawai ni te wa goe boama. Chebo ya na time ago. Dede mi agrame man of war. Man of war. Tao ni nya komari bla. So this year. Kaja goe. Kinde mo ma time. Bidi ebuku gbo time ago. Ena iwe. Chama tu ngebe biaji dede na piku lero kewe anta mumu da chabe ti dani abu yen apoja pe wa popo wi ote wo bua mare bi tatu mare bi dan mo mi da ni ri kona ya dubu bo mana wa we kwa ma ye bu na ta mo ga ta ma mo be mo bu ya bla mai fa makate na yo ta Kutumamu bubu gati ni temo buya. Ayegawa kimayawa. Mumi midale kono edu baya mana agwa no. Eh mana agwa agwa aye agwa mai yang bama ni bagi mado ni bambo ma bebe na tekande kara ma jigile to ba nya bo nge be ba ga yin gbe ma bi ga bi ko ba wi ye nya o ma je me bebe no bo du yi te bo pe de ko be ko ye no me ko be ba
All right, and so that is Salia Chroma right there. You know, we just want to bring a little flavor of Salia Chroma for make you go see, you know, what we mean by Sierra Leonean music, right? We get for bring more of the woman in the tuna. You know, I know say like young people that they don't know what Salia they talk about, but you were curious, you want to know, you know, about the history of Sierra Leonean music. You want to listen small to them kind man and day, you know, even though in song not danceable, but he's talking about issues. They talk about history, things that way you don't know. You know, sometimes when you listen, they talk about, you know, chieftaincy, how people then they become chief, when they don't become chief, how then they operate in their kingdom or their chiefdom, how then they operate. He talks about issues of this nature. So it is always very important for let know, because you see, if you don't know your history, you're not going to know the importance of the future way they create. Because it is always important for let we know history small. Let we know who will come out. Let we know what will country they are. But I know say plenty young people and they don't go into, you know, music business now because it is easy. You know, Mrs. right now I get me iPad, then get this app for the iPad what they call GarageBand. GarageBand get everything. I can able left sit down I also I create a song. You know, me know the single, me know sabi sing, but the talk no more the talk self, they turn into music. I just the talk, or if I get something for read, I just read them straight. Where I put her into that software, they convert her into a singing voice, and they create a nice song for me. Where they put a CD, the listener inside my car, the listener on any side. The apps then they now for do them kind of thing. So for make music not to any big deal anymore, like how it been there first time. Now for make a musical video also, not a big deal anymore. You can able for use your mobile devices and all that things for create a musical video. You know, all you need is to take video shots of you in different angles there and put it inside that software or that app there in the organizer, everything come out with as a music. So these things are easy to do now. So that is why we are finding quite a lot of young people going into music. But whilst they are doing that in the process, then they make they diminish we musical value. You know, I mean, when you listen to a Ghanaian song, you didn't know straight say this music in Ghana come out. You listen to Ivorian music, you didn't know say na Ivory Coast come out. You listen to reggae, you know say this music is associated with Jamaica. You listen to hip hop, R&B, you know say it associated with America or the Western world. You know these things. Sukus, Central Africa, you know say, or then Central and East Africa, you know say that then pattern the music then come out. But what songs are they associating with Sierra Leone this present time? That is the problem. And so for level left Sidom, they, you know, valuable traditional and cultural values them, we lost them. At the end of the day, we get for turn tomorrow, we talk, say, hey, we get some good music then. I mean, then they say, they listen to Ebenezer Calendar, they listen to Dr. Olo, you know, they listen to Big Fire them, listen to Afro National, you know, them man, they all they listen to them. Not to for say I like for listening to them per se, no, because I'm young enough not to like to listen to them all the time. But once in a while, I plug them in for make it help me for process how will people then be the perceive Sierra Leonean music in those days, right? So now that's now the crux of this broadcast. So let's take a look at some of the, you know, classic old school Sierra Leonean songs them, you know, just some of them, for let we get a feel of what they talk about, right? Stick around.
bonde kwega he Momo tuwa ye koni malo Sabo ye wa bonte lo Nyawa ye panguma Dondo ye kaila Bura ya mange bura Dondo yo komo ya mba Dawa ye wati konko Doma wa ye bao ya
Right, and so my family, these are some of the songs that we talk about. Classic oldies. I mean, can you imagine? See how organized that song was? Very organized. They beat them fine. They talk the way that they talk. It makes sense. They teach you a lesson about life, about trends in the society. What thing they go on, you don't know. But right now, when Mickey listens to salon song, them. I know now woman business, man business. Or this person vexed by company, this rivalry here and there. That's what is going on. Now that they see plenty they go on. Right? And so we don't know what is responsible for that. Matter of fact, let's just listen to some previews of some of the Sierra Leonean songs. And I go on for give credit to the one that we make them songs that are so the camp show now, because in as much as that they try for live in the new era, but they try for keep the old flavor a little bit, then try for keep them a little bit, so that it keeps more association of their songs to Sierra Leonean identity a little bit. And so we give them credit for that. Let's see.
Sugar Productions.
Shanky Pandi, yeah. You are stuck in my head, oh. Yeah. Angelina, my love, oh. Yeah. You are stuck in my brain, oh.
Rebax music.
We're so collabo. Succulent. Baby, oh, mananemi. Mananemi, baby, oh, mananemi.
the fear, and now they see the scars on them. And they also feel the pain, and I can relate with you. Salon people and they suffer, only a small few they thief and they get richer. Salon people and they cry, and the leaders they don't really care.
I see them they try to kill my swag, but they can never duplicate my swag. I see them they try, so I thank God for them. My blessing make us a let go for them. So Lima, Nagadon, I'm the man of the moment. I give them the swag of the moment. Internationally, I they project.
Every day so we not like Friday. You know it's Friday nights. We the pop more bottle when it turn up. Thank God it's Friday nights. Me and me niggas with a chill get for link up because now Friday night. Today we gon' scatter this place with enjoyment till all man feel alright. Thank God it's Friday night. If people see the other day, yeah, the other brother poop.
Hallelujah. I don't fall and for food and fish in this. Cause when I get on, I got the mitigation. Once there is light, there is hope for my brother. God know the bango. Do you tell your neighbor? God know the bango.
Solo speak. Kushel. Kushel.
No.
Hey. Kushel. Titi Kushel.
Mahmoud. Rose baby.
The baby want for dance with me. She dey dance passa. Carry on, baby girl, now carry on. Oh na, now carry on. I like baby water. I want for Tessa. I want for Fila. I want for drink and tonight. I like baby water.
What's a matter? You been tell me, say you go stay by me all the time. When the trouble come, I know see you by my side. You been tell me, say show me the love way I desire.
Outside of music. LIV and Salon Connection. You know how we do it, man. Let go.
Yeah. Whoa. Unconditional love.
Right. Of course, ladies and gentlemen. So these are just some samples of current Sierra Leonean songs. The way some of the artists that they do, we get plenty of the artists and where they do their songs there. But when you look at their songs there, so you just don't watch them. You can find out say they're all over the place. Some man they sing with Afro beats, some man are hip hop, some man are R&B, some man are reggae. So that this what they talk about. In as much as some of them songs they are so we don't watch, then fine, then danceable. And I not say this is not the modern era. This is now. This is this era now. This is what is going on. Because you go to any country, you find out say man they try for sing now for meet up. But at any rate, people that they still try for keep them tradition. Like when you listen to Niger music, in as much as they try for bring modern era into their songs, but you gonna say this song is from Niger, Niger music, the Nigerian song, right? The same for Ghanaians, the same for Liberia, Ivory Coast, then they try for keep that. And so you can find out say, we they change the whole thing. So hopefully I get some of them musical artists then we get for talk to. You know, I get Lollipop in London, I get for talk to, I get you know, plenty of women them, you know, even Prezzo, Collabo, they're all day in America. We get for talk to them all, Ackman them, we get for talk to them live on, you know, Sheriff's Broadcast Network. For let we really able for, you know, discuss some of them stuff there. So let we able for discuss them and see how we go able for, you know, put we self together and go to Sierra Leone and do a massive show. For able for sensitize with musical community, with young one them, for me they know say we can able for use music for positively impact the community, right? For let we able for do something together in that regard, you know, and give prizes to people the way they sing music, where they give them that Sierra Leonean identity. We can forget judges that we go sit down, they judge the kind of music then they. So every year probably we get for they do that one day. And that's go able for help the musical artists then for make them tailor their music back to with identity. But this is not just some of the, you know, things that we, some of the songs that we then they sing now. The current musical, you know, musical artists them now the country. I mean, when you compare them to waiting Dr. Olodebi, they sing completely different. Like there is miles and miles apart. And we know they dispute that, you know, because this is now and that was then. But at any rate, that not for make we deviate too much away from we identity, right? Now the other thing we very dangerous inside this musical business where musical artists and they do. Now this issue of rivalry, you know, for no reason, when man they do in music, it just create this unnecessary aura of importance around himself and a one for letting incompetent way they say na musical artist. A one for letting succumb to him. And so if you not succumb to him, then it means you are challenging him or her. Then that they lead to all this misunderstanding, cause tension. To the extent some youth think even can want for fete against some of them fans then. They can want for him confusion, they want for fete. We don't see the one they you know, LAJ, you know, Caldinero. We don't see that one between them. We don't see Star Z and the other lady waiting her name. We don't see whether they try for do something that they cost each other. Now, I don't know who said they pull that one day. No matter how you try for copy somebody else in culture, you're not going to ever be like that person. In fact, you go look funny in the process because they know say na imitation in the part. This not to you. So why you not go stick to your own culture, something that you are known for? It just feel like we'll come abroad, we'll go now then with man in schools, then then colleges, then universities. Then you go, you want for talk like an American. You English they look so funny that they talk about what is he saying? What is he talking about? But when you speak your English like how you been sabi for talk that your English na salon, then they admire you in fact for your accent. Then they admire some words than the way they use past them get for either they ask you boldly for say what is that? Then you tell them, or when they gonna host they begin check inside dictionary for see which word down they will use. Like one time I sit down a meeting at my job, we'll get a job meeting. And so some issue come up. So I use this word buttress. You know, B-U-T-T-R-E-S-S. Buttress. Like somebody don't talk something and you want for support that person, they power what you don't talk. You say, I want to buttress what you are saying. Why I use that word? All the American, they will be sit down with me at that meeting. They not be know which word that one they will use. They say, what does that word means? I say, well, I'm in support of what you are saying. That's what that word means. So they're able to go pat them phone and pull that in the buttress they see. I say, Ibrahim. So you see, so when you keep it to yourself, you're able for doing to perfection. You don't need for imitate anybody because they see rivalry they go on among hip hop artists them. So now when I say one go do the same thing, I don't see that. Especially like with man LAJ. I mean, LAJ, me and somebody talk about him, then praise him to me. This is the person I get high respect for. So the person where they talk to me about LAJ, he praise LAJ big time. He said that guy, they even for me talk na problem. Now very humble bobo. Now bobo we not get one problem. That's what this person said. But when me they see LJ they performing music, I know they see all lengths in the way this man they tell me about him. Because who say me don't see LAJ don't go to Napna Stadium, and they cost Mami Kosna Stadium in front of a large crowd of fans them. That is not a good portrayal of a Sierra Leonean musical artist. It no matter whether you're a Creole hip hop artist. Where they cost na stadium, you hold microphone. Any talk where you talk na that microphone, you go far. Then you the cost Mami cause then you know say you're not person where get a support. Right? You're not person where you get fans the way they support you. So anything where they do, then they try for mimic you, then they try for falamakata you, then they try for, copy you style. So if you they go about and cause Mami cause, then you are telling them indirectly say, may they agree cause Mami cause. Right? He actually did that. Now the video no more I not get today for Brian Canto that follow on see him. And I don't even want to bring it up here for you guys to see it. Right? But these are some of the things where the musical artists then they do. So most times they find out say there is always tension between LAJ and Caldinero. Now Caldinero, Asabi and personally, now we all been in Philadelphia. As a young man, we all kind of so we been young, but he was younger than me. In fact, I am his small brother with the now Philadelphia right now they all be the pass. The guy na be humble guy where kind of so if they work for the intellectual disability people them if they get their money until them peer get their money where year done if filing taxes he get some money back. Now that money they take it put inside music business. Now so it begin for getting fans them. Now so it begin for go Sierra Leone, they go perform they do it consistently. Not ever go it try for thief somebody or it try for make a bad representation. He never did that. So I get respect for him because of how he gathered his resources for making able for doing music business. Then when they doing music business, I know one day see I will say they create tension for let unnecessary fracas between other people. I never saw him doing that. I might be wrong, but what I know personally about Caldinero is what I'm saying. I have never seen him do anything of that nature. Right? So now pass in songs the way they sing. So when we compare these two guys, but anyway, before we even compare, let me just take this time for make us say a lot of thanks and appreciation to all the other musical artists of Sierra Leone. Where then they play music, where then get the zeal, the motivation, the inspiration, the skills, the experiences, the talent for making do Sierra Leonean songs. But we just the appeal to una guys for let una able for sit down back, think back, put some real serious thoughts into the songs the way they do. Do songs where they represent your country. Do songs where they promote your culture. Do songs where they inspire the people that are your fans. Not do songs where they make, they change their lifestyle, from the kind of people that we are to trying to be somebody else. We're not to Sierra Leonean. Now that's the go on inside the music industry right now. And I don't know what to make all the big ones inside the music industry. They are not looking at these things and trying to, tailor things then for let happen the way it's supposed to happen. But hopefully somebody will hear me saying these things. So we actually want to say a lot of thanks and appreciation to all the musical artists them. Emerson, Bakari, of course, Prezo, Collabo. We want to say a lot of thanks to you guys out there. Of course, Ackman, want to say thanks to you. LXG, Nigga Don, Famous, want to say thanks to you, of course. K-Man, want to say thanks to you out there. DJ Lulu, Vidal, of course, LAJ, Succulent, want to say thanks to you. Mahmoudé and Rosie, thanks. Star Z, Heavy Rain, all these guys want to say a lot of thanks to you guys for everything that you do in Sierra Leonean business, Sierra Leonean music. But we just feel say una for elevate and to the next level. Una make let things look sweet and also with dignity and with value. You know, that's so go on for let when I do things them, right? And so when you're not a musical artist and you get fame, you get fans then where they support you, where they with you, where they admire you, you get thousands of them, where they admire you, they like what you do. That status don't automatically put you in a position where you now for play responsible roles. You for become somebody like a role model. People that for look up to you, for do things them way people that go turn around and look at you as being a positive example. Now that's what they expect from people. But most of the musical artists that we get this status here, so I don't know if they know these things, but they have not been portraying it too much. In fact, I just the limelight some of them like. I mean, let me just see one thing I so quick, then we'll continue for talk.
So we'll go back to rest bring me into of course Superiors and Susa and of course the rest of the guys over there around the clean. We want the part of history, we want the part of change, we want the part of things that we make we elevate slavery. And I will say each and every Sierra Leonean will wake up tomorrow Sunday or we will come 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock my time. We will say yes. Sierra Leone clean, Sierra Leone make the place smell good, Sierra Leone make the place look high enough to look last. So we always want for the part of changes, part of history, and I would say I want to give a big thank you to His Excellency President.
So what is going to be message to Sierra Leoneans and where it gets for meeting today, where the King Boss Elion community right there?
Well, this is pretty much what to say.
Be popular
as an entertainer, not just walk on the stage, being the arrogant, how to be a legendary, one for cleaning country, one for step out, and this kind of outfits, gloves, tissues, you know, if I could say stinky outfit, but I love it, I love the smell, I love the cologne of the both of them, you know, every Omolanke who don't push with barrel, every human being who don't mix, you know, who don't jump together, who don't help me clean, I don't help them clean, who don't clean the areas of the West End, right there, so, you know what I mean? Just walking around, helping with hands, giving gloves around water, you know, this one for shovel to show you for safety. We can see the bottom of the hand. I just want to encourage each and every celebrity in some of my celebrities. If I can do them, do so for them. And I want to ask His Excellency the President, your presidency, we don't want to clean the only be for the last Saturday. We want to be every Saturday inside the week. So Sierra Leone will clean, Pauper, Sierra Leone for clean.
Keep us! Top of Salon 2. Salon 20. Yes. Some lot of people. The wheel league, the boss of the bosses.
Oh my God, my family. So you see, this na LAJ, and waiting me able for deduce from this video right here is that not just the limelight with this Maya wants. That's all LAJ wanted, for let it take advantage of this last Saturday cleaning, appear, you know, na public, again fans them BNM, talking at TV, and let people that know say he is the man. But at the end of the day, I did not see how many shovel away a shovel 4 times. That's it. The man talk longer than the dirty way it away. All right, and the youths they all, you can see that pile of dirty way been there. The youths they all supposed for day, then they work for clear that dirty day. I see where it turn, they all fall around back, they begin for go. So meaning that they are taking advantage of this cleaning day for able for show off, for able for dinner the limelight. So some of them musical artists, that this is what they do, you know. So hopefully LAJ go actually able for learn from this, because number one, you don't come to US according to all the rumors. You don't commit crime now. They don't put you in a jail. You don't spend time there. You don't come out there. They don't deport you back to Sierra Leone. You don't go to Sierra Leone. Then you don't go. They don't, welcome you there. Then you don't sit up in a studio. You they sing. You they cause mommy cause on the stage, right? You they cause mommy cause on the stage. Then now this cleaning business don't. You want to go into the public limelight. Now only in Sierra Leone where you they come up prison, you go back we hail you like you're a hero. You know, but that's LAJ. But anyway, let's look at Cow Dinero, because this is not the two way they get all this tension whether they create among themselves. You know, LAJ in color are red, Cow Dinero in color are green. So politicians and they take advantage of them two colors the way they don't choose for say, LAJ na APC, Cow Dinero na SLPP. But Cow Dinero they consistently tell us, me not to APC, me not to SLPP, are they neutral? The only thing, the possible way me feel say now they support, and for this election we pass, Cow Dinero support SLPP anyway, right? So let us see Cow Dinero himself how it create impact on the community, because according to LAJ, this is how he is creating impact on the community. Just like how we don't talk, if you're not a musical artist, then you get a large following, you get fan base, you get plenty of people that when you fans there. You supposed to do responsible things then for let the people then follow marketer, for let them support them, for let them hail them. So this is this is LAJ's way of doing it. Now let us look at Cow Dinero and see what himself do in that regard, right? Because this is very important for let we able for brand country and farm with them. Stick around.
Okay. And teaching you not on a lot of stick them. And they can't search you.
Go tell her no. Yeah, now we land. We cut the ticket now.
Chief. What's it? Chief, I see some people that are cut stick and they burn the bush. Right inside the bush, right inside the forest.
You see them?
I see them, Chief.
How much?
Them moku.
You see something to tell you? You said something to tell you? You want to go there? Push up. Go outside. Yeah? Go there. Oh, God. I can't trouble this. Call on man. We're not call on man right now. Call on man. Let everybody come. We're not call on man. Call on man. Yeah. Steward in the building. Cow Dinero. Me people now wanna take care of the forest. Now so the forest will take care of you now. Yeah? Plenty blessing it is. It's like this. Hey. Different style, sound boy on the beat. Dinero just love all the chimps, them level maltrick them, knock out all the sick them, bro. You are not up on all the bush them, bro. All the good animals they push them go. Dinero just love all the chimps, them level maltrick them, knock out all the sick them, bro. You are not up on all the bush them, bro. All the good animals they push them go. Ah yeah, we don't want no bushfire. We don't want no. Ah yeah, we don't want no bushfire. In the woolly yards, I'm back at shift on. Cow don't come back. with some wisdom. For listen to this message, you can see my boy, you see dumb. We push them up for the born. We animals that they run, even the tourists know they return. What did we do today? Go on away tomorrow. Mama want you picking up for crack matches, bonfire. Protect your forest, stick and beef go multiplier. Do it for yourself, don't wait till the government kaya. Forest now we own, yeah, yeah, plenty gentry. But who make even the one with the end this century. So long we not destroy them more, left them empty. Turn out to quick business cause the paper tempting. Mama them for involve us with a put hand together. For make sure say we problems are all dissolved. Think that for we all, animals for we all. So let we take 10 man and do our small. Safu. Yeah, all me people the safu. The never just love all the chimps them, never maltreat them, knock out all the sick them, bro. You are not for fun, all the push them, bro. All the good animals they push them, go. Never just love all the chimps them, never maltreat them, knock out all the sick them, bro. You are not for fun, all the push them, bro. All the good animals they push them, go. Ah yeah, we don't want no bushfire, yeah. We don't want that, go. Ah yeah, we don't want no bushfire. I know we want for own things, so we all gotta eat beef. But tell them eat beef, we're not gonna make you live brief. For we don't have it put with 6 feet deep. Small but please not for push kaya. No pass around the forest, the place start bushfire. Or cut the tick them and go make firewood. Someone blessed that forest if we apply I'm good. No piece of toilet, now the water we they drink. If they protect the babu them, now find when you think. Cause now they bring tourists, the planet go they flourish. Papa and mama, please listen to the chorus. Yeah, let we not burn the bush them. Or drive the animals away, let we not push them. To all the villages, open up when you see neighbors. This message to the mama, papa, and all the teenagers. Yeah, safu, don't grow safu. Dear.
Right, of course, there's so many fun with that now Caldinero, you know, talking about environmental protection. You know, how for protecting the environment. I think see that not a valid thing, because you see, this is what I'm talking about. When you not a major musical artist in the country, the songs where you sing, they gravitate people then towards you, because music not power, music get business, they get message inside, and your message they resonate with the people then. And so if you don't get a large following of people then, do something positive where people then go turn around and look at and say, you know what, this is Caldinero, or this is LAJ, or this is, you know, the other musical artists, that this is what they are doing, and so we get for doing positively, right? Like we know say this global warming they affect all sides of the world, especially Africa. When you look at the African map, you go find out say the savannah, you know, the desert, and they push into the savannah, and the savannah they push into the forest. So we say try they green on the African map don't begin they become yellow, right? So meaning that after several years, 20, 30, 40 years, if we continue for the destroy the environment, we continue for the cut we taken and done, that get for lead to a very serious disaster. Of course, we just see, you know, 2 years ago when, you know, the mudslide happened at Sierra Leone. The result of the mudslide now, because people that don't go up na the mountains, the peninsula, they don't cut all them taken and day. So the sand they hit the grass, the whole place don't clear. So it is easy for let the soil erode, and that's what happened. So if you're a musical artist and you talk on issues of this nature, then it is very beneficial to the country. You tell people that inside your song say, when I not cut the tick them, when I not put fire by the bush them for me they not born, when I supposed for plant trees for let it grow. This is a good message, right? And we actually saw him there. He is in there with his supporters. They are actually demonstrating it for LC. So this is not the kind of music they will say. You go able for sing them, you still get the nice beats where they go play in a club, where they go play any side people that go party, they go still play your music. But the message inside, it gets substance where people that go listen to, where they elevate the country, where they elevate the people, where they change things for the better. That's what we are talking about. This is how musical artists then go able for make positive contribution to the country. Not to just for sing but woman business, you know, oh me baby, you know, I get this, I get that, you know, now for me man that hates me. No, we don't tire with that whole stuff. You don't need for talk that one day. I mean, once in a while you go drop her in. If you don't do 1, 2, 3, you know, songs or tracks, drop one romance business, it's not a problem. But be patriotic. I mean, we all the talk say we want for let Sierra Leone go before. How Sierra Leone go before? We all know they put your hands on deck. We are all going to make contributions. Now I make with the talk say, any small corner where you find yourself, what are you doing in that small corner for brightening that corner? They will say it. If you're in music they sing, what they do now that you musical corner for able for brightening that musical corner day. Now in cow dinero do so. Right? Unlike waiting LAJ do waiting up na stadium and cost mami cost, you are not brightening your corner, you are darkening your own corner by using abusive language. In that stadium, I don't know what's gonna demand aid. To the extent even Prezo collabo that the president get for being to get for hold on that. Because it criticized them for doing that. You have a large following of people who then they follow you. They do that. I mean, let me just listen to Prezo collabo, matter of fact.
You understand? Me, I will give respect. So you give respect because we are doing well. If you do music now because of All Stars, then create the platform. If you can't hear the cause, in a possible they sing for picking them. Picking them, they listen you. Let's make you a role model. If me always say they say about me, I did a radio every day, they explain, they reply to people, then that means I don't know me role. You understand? But then picking them, they waiting they copy from you for going on stage, the cost money cost day. We would disassociate ourselves as All Stars from that particular act. And me personally, I dey take this to the highest level between me. One, the union, two, All Stars. I come to the public for let public know we stand so they take say we dey intact as All Stars, and me as a president, I get for pursue this. Based on people they don't understand. You can say All Stars bad, you understand? But All Stars always say don't fit for now for seek the welfare of the artists. Then. If today in the build auditorium with the capacity now 15,000 people them right side down strictly. Now because All Stars they be in the government through the Ministry of Tourism, Honorable Sierra Tunis, when the Villa Auditorium for law left for launch na stadium because they don't have to play football. But not to one day they happen. If today the top of commission we don't do paperwork, they go to level, we ask for ministry, they not get now All Stars. So like if you there, you go call, you tell people they say so. Me I not fit say salon people them for sit down for condom that kind of thing there. Because anybody in a leader or any sector where they try for push, you not supposed. If I explain small thing, but in this individual, for me, LAJ na the person where it don't disgrace the entire Sierra Leone, because since in the history of this country, no artist no go thief it, then put an jail for that. LAJ de America na motokai the thief, na credit card fraud they do. They do everything waiting not good for this country.
Okay, Collabo, the point is.
I mean, I be still on allow me to talk. No, because you go say to people there.
No, listen.
People don't know waiting.
Again, allow you let you say exactly what you say, but right, as it is right now, it's not. You know they are understanding for defend exactly. What you will say is that.
No, no need for
the publication.
What's the way it is stadium? They invite me at the show, but me I know exactly. Me I know the go side. Rudeness day, I know they go day. So if I run day na day, don't feel music. Now few people they listen me. I talk na radio, let people they understand.
You say you want to take, you say you want to take legal action for this one, for the All Stars.
No, then a legal action between me, All Stars and LAJ. This now to the public where LAJ don't talk to, waiting they not sabi. Waiting they not sabi, let them know about them. This man can born na this country. Where this they get case, when a collabo and All Stars waka for let that case they done, them you they go tell people them. Talk, but you are not a gangster country. If you're in America, they America, not be a gangster for culture. We get a culture and tradition. Go through that particular. If you do bad, go to Jimmy Vina, Godfather, and report.
You know, what you go on for now right now. You understand? You don't just don't tell me exactly the steps that we wanna get for taking them. We ask you what's in your comments regarding what you say because, but you don't type of explain them exactly. Say
I know it will explain all.
No,
because I really want to explain to people they wouldn't LAJ.
No,
you see me? Me, I know they afraid nothing.
I understand.
Now respect I get because me na a leader and the other train me up na me host. Me na person where I dey respect people. This you understand? This gangster here is Sierra Leone. You know they make gangster. They make cow go na salon.
This way
we can we dey hold you.
The thing of All Stars and you in particular now on the show not go down well with you.
Not only on the show. It don't put on per songs. You dey come out, you sing song, you curse people them.
But somebody when a fan with a listen right now, we they to love
any music, question that you ask
in hip hop music, will say, okay, why you not go respond to yourself? You no go do song and respond.
Very good. I like this question. Well, me not a businessman. I not come for do music for the woman they wants me. I not come for do music for la get fame. I see the business way they go between Davido and Wizkid. Then a corner they organize the before they come up Nado, then make boku money. This bobody they write private jets. This senior who side don't lead with to. How much houses to the point for as the hip hop artists then say now social houses to don't build. No, not to for cost the people and the fans they know Yeri, you they call woman parts per music. They know Yeri, they cost man parts per music. That they know the go you show. Now only the fans say where they don't understand what you they talk. And all the years, who say we don't go Kora Award. We don't go Africa Music Award. We are not doing nothing. Not to this thing they make we reach to that level. We this thing are within the peggy of Freetown or Sierra Leone. You know they can we go no side. To pack this 1 minute, to pack this BIG at the end, then gang against the killer. At the end, then kill BIG. Me, I don't want to be like that. I want to be role model where they talk to people, they let people they understand that I left a landmark where they go say Collabo did this and this and this so that they go copy me. Not so for they go cost per music, for they go jail and come on do. I'm not proud of being for go jail party when I for thief and cow gun business. I'm not that.
It's Collabo.
Yes, Ms.
Collabo. Me question on that. So many things they happen behind the scenes. We don't know what.
Yeah.
So what really happened between All Stars as a union and LEJ? For saying that something happened between because you get talk there where people in the talk where now behind the scene, but sometimes something will not happen somewhere along the line.
You want to know exactly. You are aware of anything where
they happen between two
because earlier you say you guys were not cool. You are not cool. You are not cool, and not to the first thing is then they happen. So also you say the problem starts from
me. The only problem I go ever get LEJ now for let watch in what we see. Okay. Because music, we don't, the people like Sir Issa, go to King Fisher, Father Jimmy, then they don't try so much. They don't left that market that the Sarge and others. Hip hop be did that the Sarge they do hip hop. One they know and they cost. Then can cost them the Collabo come, it take them from there. I didn't want any artist say we get a culture, we get a tradition. From where this America business come into salon music, it make the big people, the first way that decide the laundry and the hip hop artists, they see anti-corruption commission, they go put money in a bag, they give them. They see Creole people, they come on at the host for go the launching. That don't die. Why it die? Because of them kind explicit lyrics they will be used by we song them. And I think they will be the advice. But I tell you, some people then they will get different people then on that. Like if Collabo is doing well at this time, or All Stars is doing well, some people don't want no more, let them praise All Stars. And undisputed that All Stars is doing well. Whatever you win, I make me now 1 million questions I want from Sierra Leoneans there. Any question where they want to ask me, I the answer all the man respectedly. Okay. You understand? So now this day between we and them say we for depict a person, a real character of a role model. When war can at this country, you see All Star did it. Mudslide come All Star did it. Ebola come All Stars did it. When they say election, you see artists for peace. Then come out. We all gather. When they talk to Sierra Leoneans, they let them stay out of violence. Now that's for Tinafo. That's your corporate social responsibility. Not for they go and make picking in the land for let put trustees down. For let picking in the land for let where jail man close the dinner stage. Nah. Who not a condolence in the
Alright. Somebody they listen to me right now, want to pose this question and ask, okay, well, they say you earlier you talk about getting into government, All Stars is going to the government for because they say you rightly mentioned say it didn't have the constitution. But some people they listen to you right now, you say okay, well, they get some All Star artists them where they go to government and they support government for the government stay in power, for the government maintaining position where they you want to just throw light on that
right. And so you see, so many family, this is not the president of All Stars, when one of the biggest musical artists and organization that I mean everything where Collabo talk are they with time, and this is the message we are promoting here. We're not there against LEJ per se. So all the one that when our fans that we support LEJ, we are not against LEJ, but we just talk the fact. Sierra Leone, a country we get culture, we get tradition. You know, we can like we don't kind of America, we don't deny for long. LJ kind of America, not saying I don't go back. We don't deny for long. Which you don't sabi about America, where they go back in the care go, Mami cost now country, they tin up na stage, you wear J-man clothes, they cost Mami cost right in the middle of thousands of your fans. It cost Mami cost, Mother F, you know, they talk that one day. So that one day not a good example as a musical artist we get fans them. You know, the time way Victor Ajisafe began for do that in religious ranting, you know, that the country where Sylvia Blyden have been the minister of gender and all that stuff. You know, in as much as Sylvia Blyden and a very controversial figure, in fact, you know, lacking business self. But one talk will make sense too much to me, and I go give him credit for that. Sylvia Blyden talk say, when you dey in any position wherein you get a large following of people, like the musical artists them, you get up to thousands of people that then are you fans that they support what you they do. You get to be very careful what they come on and you mouth what they say, or the things the way they do, because you get a potential for inspire them, for plunge them into your ways of life, and so that go change society for the negative. I think it's gonna be very important talk around the way Sylvia Blyden be talk. And this kind of mentality way, you know, LAJ get about hip hop artists or being a hip hop artist. I don't understand what's I pull them. I mean, if they do them for close cow dinero, you're not go ever able for reach who say cow dinero don't reach. Let I tell you that today, because you see America now by stages people that they can hire. Cow dinero be done in America for a long time before you they come. One day they not all and pantif business. Now hard work, they work hard. If they work with them Chris Monday in Pennsylvania, they move to Atlanta. If they work hard, if they saving money. At the end of the year, where they don't file in taxes, they don't get some money back. Now that money they take, it go salary, it go do in show. And when they do in show, you know they cost nobody. It just they sing in hip hop, singing in Creole, but for say the cost person, no. I have never heard of that. In fact, some of them explicit songs and the way it can play. Now American no more they play them song there. Where go salon, and not they play them kind of song than the other. But you go to a salon, then you they make like I say, you come on America, so you are all that. They go cost Mami cost in a stadium. We don't get time for you, man. You know? So this now some of the things that we'll be talk about today. And you know, we want for raise we hats up to Prezo Collabo for standing up for the truth. Everything we talk about that talk they are the truth. You know, and for incite violence, you know, and for introduce mamikos, for say it becomes a normal language in our country, for say now you can cause mamikos not in a common side, or you pass in a big man, you get trusses hanging at your waist. And they know the inside our culture. So no can go back and begin to introduce inside our culture. You know, me say way they do hip hop, you get for, you know, you can still do hip hop. When they see, you know, Nigerian musical artists, you know, when they see Ugandans, you know, when they see Ghanaians, then they do all this hip hop, but they stay clean. In fact, some man in a suit that they wear looking clean, then they still do the hip hop. So now go with that ghetto business back in a salon, LAJ, any side way if they hear me. We'll go on for you interview. If you get chance, you know, we'll go on for you interview. Of course, somebody be want for send some songs to we for we will play. The email address now sbnetworks@gmail.com. sbnetworks2016 day. sbnetworks2016@gmail.com. Send that to we. Okay? LAJ whoever you day, me number now 832-614-6242. You go able for get me, and we go able for talk. We need for talk seriously about your conduct, me man. You know Fulaman, you come up from a good home. Fulaman, they don't know Fulaman for rudeness. They know Fulaman then for two things: business and for land marabu. Islamic business, neither know them for. Not for cost man because you're not Fulaman. Right? And so, my family, when I stick around as we continue for bring songs then to una. Right now, let's listen to Prezzo Collabo, Money Day for Fire.
Music.
Prezzo Collabo, succulent. Man and me, baby, oh, man and me. Man and me, baby, oh, man and me. Oh, Mr. Jacob, baby, man and me, love me too much, yeah, oh, Mr. Yeah. Baby, no worry, oh, money there for fire. Baby, no worry, oh, money there for fire. Oh, Mr. Jacob, baby, my life is me, love it too much, yeah, oh, Mr. Yeah. Baby, no worry, oh, money there for fire. Baby, no worry, oh, money there for fire. Yes, I will let you know, final. For now, take collaboration with final. He got more day and line on Abamanya, then I wonder the sign. From a hill from Montome, my Magama, dear Mendoza again. When I leave me, I call label of Mijino, could I drink or more? Walk back for me, but not so problem. I like Billy of my collabo, they are solved them. Yaga Jaga, now you tempo block them. Don't Mama Comilona, will not be problem. Famia, Yanya, with my cane, or Otology, Vessel, Mumagale. He got Gasele, my Magama Madila, Kele. Kuna podo media katana collabo with a baby beats that you baza configure idasa Runi and Massa it occupy space maybe you na matter na it is up and can say can it work be at the Q50 factor Mr. Jacob baby my life is me love it to my dear what is that here baby no worry you money there for fire baby no worry you money there for fire. Oh, Mr. Jacob, baby, my life is me. Love it to my dear. Oh, Mr. Dear, baby, no worry, you money there for fire. Baby, no worry, you money there for fire. Follow me, baby, follow me. Make a cat up for you the money. Make you use on the Ferrari. Bologna. Baby, don't pump on the electronic. Then you sugar body, then they make a party, make us spend the copy. I go be you, bumper manager. Since they call me the big spender. Fresh from the bunker. Spend for you flanker. Real 5-star money, man, no the forcer. Now you not your own skin. Come make a body shout money, make it clean. Baby, calamity. Check your lifestyle and make you look like celebrity. Oh, Miss Pictures up, baby. My life is me, love it to my dear, what is that here? Baby, no worry, you money there for fire. Baby, no worry, you money there for fire. Oh, Mr. Jacob, baby, my life is me, love it to my dear, what is that here? Baby, no worry, you money there for fire. Baby, no worry, you money there for fire. Baby, money now there. I said the color now there. If money do I get the checkbooks, not a bread for spent by pretty looks. Baby, money now there. I said the color now there. If only do I get the checkbooks, not a bread for spent by pretty looks. Yana bar with a spendia, barbecue kiss out with the jamaya. Mix it over and water lopo yo. Beat me fine Susan me Nike polo. Look at the hanger like polo. I be telling say they go shop for in a Congo. Now you want to them maybe then they follow. I know they consent like you na me yawo. Pay all your bills, feel how you feel. Now me you don't make up the right deal. Collabo the door, mama come here for salute. Oh, Mr. Jacob, baby. My life is me, love it to my dear, what is that here? Baby, don't worry, you money are for fire. Baby, no worry, you money they are for fire.
Because we found that now Prezo collabo. Of course, the man who just hear it talk now do this song here. Of course, this now money they are for fire. We feature succulent by this song here. Of course, you see that is what we are talking about. You see the beats, the lyrics, and even the video. The culture is in there. You can see Salone right inside this song here. So, and this what they talk about. So you know me say when you sing in a modern era, so you get for deviate away from the traditional roots, the cultural roots of Sierra Leone. You still go stay on that roots whilst you sing. I mean, this song is danceable in the modern era, but then there is still culture in there. You know, the man they mix out with Mende, they talking Mende, the beats fine, it's danceable. So Prezo collabo wherever you are. You know, we raise up our hats to you. We say thanks to you for doing a very good song. You know, you are doing a very good job on that. And of course, when I on Monday, we'll get for hold a discussion on this network here. So for talk about this issue of introducing bad stuff in the country because you're a musical artist. We get for try for work against that one day. You know, we know there are anybody inside, but we try for stop that. You know me say when you're a musical artist, you get for cause mommy cause, or you get for sing bad things there, you get for use bad words, you know, you get for introduce bad manners in the country. No, because the beginning where they grab the they go copy them bad things there. So we don't want that. So we all get for work together for ensure say not happen at the country, not under this government, right? But anyway, one of the people that will go out for tell plenty thank you for music business na Salone, you know, as a young man, not to other person, and Jimmy B, of course, when I all know say Jimmy B as a young man, the first person who really introduced music business in the country. Of course, Steady Bongo been there, but in bring all the recording studio and ensure say things they go on for young people, and that actually bring young people into music business in the country. So we cannot finish our broadcast here without saying thanks and appreciation to Jimmy B. Of course, a day on my way for go Salone, where I go main to get for Sidom, and we'll talk about a whole lot of things. Then we will get for plan for doing a Sierra Leone, right? And so Jimmy B, we want for raise we hat up to you for doing a very good job, right? Let's listen to Jimmy B once more.
But 9 out of 10 of them days I'll make you smile. I speak the truth, I know the lie. Check the book of life, now we tune him, then I vibe, no doubt. Me now the king, you now me queen. Shopping space around the world, fulfill you every dream. Me and you, no more sin. So bring your finger, make I put those diamond ring.
Baby, I believe.
Obama, baby, you know Michelle. So all you bellas go to hell. The new Bonnie and Clyde, that's us, let's set it off. Every time they talk about us, then they jealous cause we the flaws. I deal with you till forever. I stay with you in any weather. You see now God put we together. Love never rush me and you not said that. No doubt I can do anything for you. Live me life for you life, I can do anything for true. Nothing no the way I no go do. You don't prove your love to me, so I prove my love to you. Thank God you took the time out to know me. True love you always show me. Me sweet tenderoni, we for tight like a hand in glove. You know me homie. And Angelina, no to I Cantina, Mina Martin, you na Gina. No doubt, anything I say, I mean I love you to the max, baby girl, yes I mean I cherish you, yes I do. You know me dream come true. Bada bing, bada boom, girl I'm so into you. Without your love, then I'm doomed. You know me true inspiration. Girl I go tell it to the nation.
Yes, before that night, Jimmy B, of course, believe that Jimmy B, you know, so this guy right here, we owe a very good, we want to appreciate him for everything we do for music business in Sierra Leone, of course, as a young man, you know, several years ago, now in Statam, you know, of course, Ian Steady Bongo More are getting credit for what they did, you know, they did a good job in that regard, and so want to tell them plenty thank you for everything that they did. Of course, we also want for say a lot of thanks to LXG Nigga Don. Of course, LXG are just like this guy because by all the halala we go, he had no did it. In Hano de Pahalala, they do one of the best songs that they play. In music that they play, it get international flavor. In fact, to the extent that they nominate him now the international award. Now winning not be win no more because Salon people they know. You know, vote for the man and they know Falamakata the whole thing. But LXG Nigga Don, I like him because he's very consistent with what he do. And of course, a lacking woman who into the sing music. I mean, this guy, any song we pull, it gets class. And not just sing no more. Any single you sing, it get class. But one of the songs where I like what he do during this election, a song where he titled Jungle. I like Jungle because of the message with the inside, how they do them for talk to, them fans, them for men not engage in violence, men not engage in halala, in confusion, because almost the country will go in that direction. Because of the leadership then, they be one for let the country descend into anarchy, and only the youths them now then go make that one they happen. So, it goes back to this same talk we've done the talk now for say, when you they in a certain position, you get a lot of people where they admire you, you get fans them, you get for now take responsible action for do certain things them, right? And so you get for take responsible action for do certain things. They not just do things that like how you want for do. You get for do take responsible action. So that's what LXG did during this election, just like how other musical artists then do. But instead of adding you, and I like Jungle, let me just take a quick look at that as well.
Jogo, make them cool and temper. Jogo, jogo.
Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo.
allowed. Shrinking dancing the foot on the ground like a would that give up. It's allowed. Give me your phone, make a come in body cause I not get up up. Not allowed. Allow me even touch you baby cause I want for the fire. Not allowed. Don't let me go, don't let me go. Don't let me go, go, don't let me go. No flashbacks, no post. Where should I be go? Nah, never to go. Bring it close, make a step on me close. This not time we don't need no bus. If you fat, I go just on me. No, if you tired for that, I go just gonna hold. Don't let me go, don't let me go. Don't let me go.
From on a corner, balance of pain if I watch and I under me body they tickle. Something a feather, scatter the campaign I get the forgetter. Yippee, uwe, we go party today. Ibi, uwe, yanda we ready for body. Enjoy the development. Enjoy the development.
Teach you how to dance the song. Listen, now I'm going to teach you how to dance the song. When I say east, you go right. When I say west, you go left. When I say north, you go front. When I say south, you go well, now east, west, north, south.
The presidency, if I become 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 the presidency, I go put everyone on my cabinet. See me see because I am intelligent. Everyone go sit down on my parliament. Olam, put up pause. Olam, Allah, kulam, pause. I say Olam, put up pause. Olam, Allah, kulam, pause.
Right, you see, that's that LXG nigga, John Jungle. Of course, you see, so these are the kind of songs we are talking about. The music gets nice beats, they can able to plan at any side, people then go able for dance to them, but at the same time, it gets message in a way they inspire the fans them, where they tell them for do the right things. Where you go vote, you're gonna host, no confusion, no halala. This is the kind of thing we are talking about. Not to music where you go to because mommy calls or you do this, you don't know. You want for do the right thing, not the country. So we raise we hat up to LXG nigga Don for doing that. Of course, he has always been like that. In music, in song, they're always very good. You know, anyone per LXG song, it gets substance in it, it get class, you know. And so, my family, we also want to say a lot of thanks to the East End Artist Union. Of course, this is a group of musical artists then we then come together, then form themselves into the East End Artist Union. Of course, during the mudslide, then do one song where that song they anytime I listen it touch me, you know, it touch me, it make her feel, you know. And I then kind of songs that they talk about, you know, songs the way they remind we of good things, songs the way, you know, where they inspire we, where they motivate we, where they make we do the right things, you know. That's what we are talking about when we talk about Sierra Leonean music. Not so then songs that we say, man, they go talk graphic talks, then explicit language that they use. No, that's not what we are talking about. So let us see Eastern Artists Union with their track Most Live Tribute, right?
We are deeply saddened by the loss of our people. It makes us sick to our stomach. We shed tears. It's really hot. We are speechless, still shocked. We are deeply saddened by the loss of our people. It makes us sick to our stomach. We shed tears. It's really hot. We are speechless, still shocked, and don't know why all these unfortunate incidents are happening to our beloved country, Mama Salone. On behalf of the East End Artists Union, I want to join the government and the rest of the people of Sierra Leone to mourn the death of our precious brothers and sisters due to the August 14th disaster, which will always be in our memory. Article 4.
It's a Parkins music.
Salon people they cry. Daddy God please can set me free. Mama Salon they cry. Daddy God please can rescue me. Oh, many things really happen now we landing and make me confused. I say nobody go there for God. Daddy God now you will choose.
Make me pray for them for good luck. Make it not happen again. Now we land. Say make we pray for them for good luck. Make it not happen again. Now we land. Me people let me
I stress me people then unable rest. From the 14th August I get the news from the press. She was out there run me eye. From my brothers and sisters we not able survive. God save Mama Salone, forgive our sins and heal the land. God save Mama Salone, return to righteousness, Sierra Leone.
Now me prayer, you prayer, come make we can do it together. This one in painful and sorry, make we pray, make it not happen again, yeah. Nah, see plenty people longer, now we dey feel the pain, yeah. See we country they cry, who da go way behind?
Yeah, your promises are good. You're the source of life, so many souls away. Who's hide and go, who's part and day, no one else today. I pray you go keep them, now your hands safe. Oh Lord,
cover them like shadows, umbra upon umbra. You make a member the days of Sodom and Gomorrah. Acts make this happen, say we the pray, forgive us, Mama Salone, say we the pray.
The one that we don't die, may they rest in peace, because now God will give them life, don't take her. So we brother and we sisters of the victims, and this disaster makes them take her. Yeah, rest in peace to the one that we don't lost their lives. Hush to the victims and the one that we don't lost their wives. It's painful. Papa God, we are now for see it through. With tears now we eyes are the big now for see it through.
It's been a while we don't suffer. Sierra Leonean tries them be stronger.
I say
no matter how the situation, we go live like one nation.
The past decade may be festive rebel war and bring on kitty gata. Another year to the Ebola virus and kill me 50 fata. Every day I keep on wondering and pondering what is happening in my country. Just one big man.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, of course, that is East End Artists Union. Of course, we want for raise with hats up to them. Of course, you know, plenty of people in the week can say, oh, I mean, they're musical artists, and some of them, I don't see the way they sing. They say, play salon music, support salon music. Well, not to all salon music would they play, not to all salon music would they support. Like when the cost mommy, because we no can plan our television, people that they watch them. No, it's not possible. We only play songs that we get meaning, where they inspire the soul, where they talk about good things, where they motivate people, where they give hope to people, where they tell good things to happen. You know, so not to all kind of music would they play. And so Eastern Artists Union, one for raise we had to you, a good song that one day, you know, Most Live Tributes by the East End Artists Union. Of course, we also want for raise we had up to very young, two young musical artists in the Sierra Leone. They are very young, but anytime when they sing, then they inspire me, then they make I feel good. But you know, what did they sing? But however, they don't begin deviate small, but it's possible say then go able to come back on the track, you know. Because you see, you remember one thing we then sing, but one song they went and see where they say life goes on. I mean, I'm talking about, you know, Rosie and Mahmoud. These are two young folks. When they sing that song, they take man there. Any party will be the they play that music. But when you listen to the words them, whether they talk about that music, you find out say it get meaning. For anybody of their age at that time, the way they listen to them, they inspire them. They make, you know, good thoughts. I mean, let's just listen and let's see what they talk about.
Yeah, man. Rose, Mahmoud. Hey, Baba. Masano say, me like the one. See, I know, yeah. Once I know say, me love you go on. Say, I know go fear.
At first, them say me no liability. They go to the point, they say me I like king. Agree, can see we I don't break free. I shine like a sun in a big legacy. No blame me. No papa God in blessing, it is me. Oh, I say believe me. And not to juju, I said that it is me. So when I'm in that dog, nobody no mean care for me. No we are gonna rise up. They still want for make up for do. When I'm in that dog, nobody no be one for see me. No we are gonna rise up, hey. They still want for make up for do. Hey, I want for tell all the bell at this and then go talk to them time. I want for tell all the rich man they say I gonna be defender. Let them talk, some man they pray for and then begin them with me. Let them talk, I like what they talk, they no go ever with me. Now I'm saying, troubles go come, troubles go for me, I don't care. I like what they say, I like what they do, me I no go fair. Once go there by me, I go surely make them, now that's a me prayer. Oh, once I know say me life they go on, say I go care. Oh, once I know say me life they go on, me I no go fair.
Hey girl, say, guy, so why you for hate me? When me papa na heaven elect me, elect you juju affect me. I dey shine like a star, come embrace me. Yeah, I'm the apple of his eyes. It's not right for me, gotta cry. Not put me out because me papa he always lie. I'm a shining star, nothing can put me down. I'm a shining star, will always be around.
Right. And so, my family, when I hear that, this is what we are talking about. So, as young as they are, anybody of their age will listen to that song, they go become inspired. That it no matter what people that they talk about you, it no matter how much people they hate you, as long as you papa God a day with you, you know they ever suffer. That is inspiring. That is a very positive message where you're supposed to put in a song. So we raise we heart up to Rosie and Mahmoud. In fact, they don't do another one. Let's listen up.
Scare me, baby. Solo speak. Kushel. Kushel.
No.
Hey. Kushel. Titi Kushel.
Mahmoud. Rose baby.
It's Cam, baby.
Shout out to the girls when they enter the club with some bottle water. Yeah. Shout out to the girls when they say no they eat cooking a fried rice. Yeah. Push that oh. Yeah. Push it
One time for the man we been saying go buy me baby range. Two time for the girl we been keep me man. You feel so we don't part, baby kushel. This thing they sweet me if it at you. I say kushel. You wait tot lie and Congo sa as you walk. I say kushel.
Shout out to the girls with the label and forget fine Rivon. Yeah. One love to my slay queens. Sexy girls with great heels. Yeah. When it come then hold it down at the bala. Get iPhone 8, no money for recharger. We come na the corner make we come rough skin. In the day we go jam body. I go kill any and we like na pam body. Baby come closer, come dance for me. Me killing me, yeah. Push out. Shout Shout out to the girls where they enter the club with some bottle water. Yeah. Shout out to the girls where they say no, they eat cooking and fried rice. Yeah. Push it, oh oh. Yeah, 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 yeah. Push it, oh.
One time for the man we been saying go buy me baby range. Two time for the girl we been keep me man. You feel say we don't part, baby kusheo. This thing they sweet me if it at you. I say kusheo. You wait tot lie and come as you walk. I say kusheo. You dey caution me, you dey afraid for tell me to my face. You say you don't like me, you still dey follow me. All your life you dey try for be me. So big up to the badass where they peep me status. Big up to the haters where they follow me. I rap KME, you can copy me. Just ask around and sabi me. You where they did past 10 girls. You where you get salary now for fingers. You where he act cause I talk the truth. Una kusheo.
Shout out to the girls where they enter the club.
Yes, kusheo, you will get that badass, you will get all the thing where they go on. Now you they talk about people there, now you they discourage people there, now you they scatter people that marry those, now you they scatter people then relationship, kusheo, right? So you see, this is what I'm talking about as far as Sierra Leonean song is concerned. So when you listen to them picking the astro, what they talk about is positive, wherein you get for stick with your partner, not greedy person spoil between una. That kind inspirational messages. You know, the music is so danceable. The first time I hear I be the, you know, me I been best man for somebody married, one my best friend, and so they play that song. I say, wow, that's a nice song, you know, because I listen to the words and the beats are danceable as well. So Rosie and Mark Moday, you guys have grown up and you guys are doing well. We only hope so you will stay on that track, right? Of course, we also want to raise our hats up to another brother of ours. Of course, this Maya, a beginner slowly from Salon, they go to London, they continue for do things then they. Of course, in songs they get class. You know, one song the way you do it called Bang Bang, you know, where it talks say, now God it pray to for everything what God don't do for him, you know. Now God, now he don't make, he don't get the opportunity for the side day today, then can't talk the day. You know, it's very inspiring. But I like the other one where he do, where he praise in woman. The only woman we get a praise him, say he go like the woman, they will love we get for an unconditional love. My family would talk about Alonso, right? Let's listen to what Alonso do.
Rastafari. Alonso, baby. Outside music. LIBN Salon Connection. You know how we do it, man. Let go. It's what I got for you, baby. Out to the music. Let go. It's been so long since I ever had this feeling. A feeling that's so strong, just like the way that I feel for you. Girl, you've captured my mind, and oh girl, I can't live without you. Since you come in on my life, I can't stop thinking about you. Tell me how you did it, I don't know. To make a bad man fall in love, you got me believing love is real. And I've never ever been so sure. I've given my all to you, baby. Yeah, cause with you I feel secure. I'd do anything to satisfy you, because my love for you is so unconditional, conditional. Yeah, the love way I get for you is unconditional. Oh, my baby, yeah. So unconditional, conditional. Baby, the love you when we get for you is unconditional. Oh, my baby, yeah. Listen, girl, I love you unconditionally, and I not go ever play you chaotically, cause I'm connected to you, baby, emotionally. In case you don't know. Me love you unconditionally, and I like the way you give me sexually. Any man will try you, I go beat him physically. In case you don't know, I got your love and affection.
for you. You need to show me a direction so I can follow you. Baby, make me a selection. Let me do for you. Yeah. Because you everything I need. And my love for you is so unconditional.
Yes, of course, ladies and gentlemen, that's Alonzo with Unconditional Love. Of course, so you see the video is perfect, it's clean, but it keep onto an inspirational message, right? You know, because the reason why we decide for do this show here today, so now for let we really able foresee, you know, who say we identity there in music, as Sierra Leoneans, what's our musical identity? Are we now known for being a musical artist and way they cause mommy cause, where they hang trusses in their ways, where they, you know, incite violence, where they do all that kind of bad things there? Are we that country now? So I don't think we are. That's why we are, you know, bringing this show to you for we're able for analyze. And the next time we'll do an entertainment show like this, we are actually going to bring the musical artists and some of them, the key ones, then for talk to them about some of these issues what we don't talk about today, for talk about these issues and for see where we stand, and for see how we're able for put yourself together for really able for change the, you know, the landscape as far as entertainment is concerned as Sierra Leone, you know, because I know say plenty of people that they complain, say, oh, the first lady not being not being invite any Sierra Leonean musical artists to the inauguration. Well, again, your excuse for that. But if maybe they're in position, I know for don't carry with, if I carry with Nigerian artists, again for Sidom, you know, again for be hosted by Sierra Leonean musical artists them for me them perform, because this is about Sierra Leone. It no matter waiting with Sierra Leonean musical artists than they do, but they are good ones, like the one they saw they can show right now. But anyway, we get I want to say another big up to we own brother, me own small brother, winner, you know, Ebizi Abdul Bangura, of course, been in Houston. I don't know who say they now, but Ebizi and Rahim, they are two na Houston yesterday midday. They said do a nice song. Of course, I like this song, yeah, bad. You know, then do a nice song about the woman, a clean, a perfect, then you not get any dirty business inside. You know, that song where anybody can want for playing father, plenty people that don't play. Let's listen to her as well.
Time I see you, baby, I wanna give back to you. Girl, every day I want you by me and you will live happy. Girl, I know you are the one for me. Baby, don't you know that you're the one, girl, that keeps my fire burning? Don't you know that you're the one, girl, that brings me joy and happiness? Oh, baby girl, I wanna let you know, you my everyday. I don't ever feel this way. I know now you know me carry, don't take me away. It don't take me away. Got it for this baby, baby, got it full of all baby, baby. Now you love me, make I go so crazy, and you my only baby. You my superstar, the love of my life. I know you are the one, me and you in paradise. You and I will walk the aisle. Girl, you mean the world to me. I'm this world, in this world. Girl, you mean the world to me. Not this world, in this world. Now you love me, make I go so crazy, and you my only
Yes, that's a busy and Rahim, of course. That's you know, then two, but we didn't see me, baby. Then not then two, so I don't know who that get the woman now. But anyway, that is a nice track as well. You know, we look for, you know, getting kind tracks. Then we can play them kind tracks. Then we know you play all kind tracks. You know, these are the kind of tracks that we play, and of course. I have no problem to accept the fact, say, you know, it's a good track, and of course that we can play it. So a busy whosoever I did, we raise we hats up to you for doing a good job, you know, with Rahim. Of course, Rahim don't do other songs than we, you know, we not good songs them. I don't do them as well. It's just that we not know how for getting songs today, but surely we'll get them, you know. But Rahim don't do a very good song as well, right? Of course, so me fun with them. We get for also bring come to you another brother of ours. Stick around, let us see him. Oh, actually, it's gonna be the Blinks unit, of course, Friday night. These are young guys. We then sing this song here Friday night, the dinner nights club. But when I look at them, they all look seriously young. I don't know if they don't reach the age of 18. And the music is good. It's very danceable. Not club music, not party music. But I'm looking at the one they waiting inside the video. I'm looking at their ages. I'm looking at their whether they don't reach that point where they're supposed for them at that kind scene. All kind drinking in at their hand. So waiting with government they do for address issues of this nature, because then they drink alcohol before 18 years, you know, then they a night club, you know, then kind of, I mean, we're not trying for encroach or anybody, but these are things we not to Sierra Leonean style, you know. I mean, we're not say picking enough for exhibiting talents, they're not for using talents, but you get for wait for a certain age for do certain things. So now I make conscious the one for bring this song. Yeah, let yourself take a look at them and, you know, see if it's possible for me to get any kind of songs there. When somebody tell me, say, well, not see somebody small pine body on a Sierra Leone, so now the hardship, but something then also they want the way they see them. But actually, when you see them face me, to me, they don't look like see them all. Anyway, let's see it.
Don Chada, the witch producer.
Blink shit in the house. Yeah, we back again. It's Z. Friday nights I can always high. Hang out late with some bad sharp guys. Kicking out and club like a story not a die. Watch them baby at the screen, the head one fly. Passing out and throats, I give them bow tie. Making me not ship, my oh my. Y'all I want connect to get Wi-Fi. Baby turn around and say I qualify. Damn you the baddest, I just can't lie. Please don't tease me cause I can't deny. Even if you do what's I go on it, yeah, you gon' feel it with your spin and start for the smile. Big West and Bobby, quick out med. Bob Marley flavor, we eye them all red. Chillin' more active, 100. But could sing way the big and fucking made on said. And it's how we day, enjoyment's day. Baby then like us say enjoyment's day. My pull crowd like my judgment's day. Every day so we not like Friday. You know it's Friday nights. We the pop more bottle when the turn up. Thank God it's Friday nights. Me and me niggas when the chill get for link up because not Friday nights. Today we gon' scatter this place with enjoyment till all man feel alright. Thank God it's Friday night.
If people see them at the day, yeah, the other got a poop with no delay. Now we them on town, they call us relay, cause the way we explode like a two-way grenade. If you want sleep, well then you pay this Friday, a hot spot like morning bread. Saturday now wire house, Sunday now Quincy's, baby link up, make you eat all we pay. We captain the place like a skid such fight. East or west to the chill both side. Check CV, you go see profile. Topless, you baby give me high five. It's a weekend, no another way expect it they pass. Another for work now, another for go class. Gangster with banter, give them more stack. When I watch film, blink, shoot it now the poster. You know it's Friday nights. With a pop bottle, with a boogie down, with a sock all like saying a Friday night. All I find baby, then turn up at the club, lost today na Friday night. Me niggas say for link up, so I come pick up, they want see this Friday night. With a chill till Sunday night.
You know it's Friday nights. We the pop more bottle when the turn up. Thank God it's Friday nights. Me and me niggas with a chill get for link up because not Friday night. Today we gon' go scatter this place with enjoyment till all man feel alright. Thank God it's Friday night. And it's how we day, enjoyment day. Baby, the like us enjoyment day.
Alright, and so you don't see what you have to talk about. Look at those kids up there in the nightclub, the one where they play the pole, where they dance. Just watch them. Small. You know, me own girl picking old for a far away, it's still small past. You know, where I go, I mean, I don't understand. I'm not judging people, but I just feel say it is a little bit too much. Right? It's a little bit too much. So, would they bring them to Sotuna for the family and see, especially the musical artists there, for me them put a little bit of sense into what they do. If they feel say Sierra Leoneans, they know they play your music, they know they support your music. Now the kind of music the way they make. Because them kind of music then they ain't as much as them fine. Right now, where we they show and self, certain people then they like for what you show, they don't want for see them. It's difficult for us to show these kind of things, you know. But now this, it look like say the musical artists they don't understand, and all time that they complain, say we not they play their songs them, right? But anyway, I get one when one of my favorite brothers, of course, you know, way in America, so himself, you know, other man than do am. I like the beats, I like all the lyrics, then not just the video too graphic also. I mean graphic in the sense, it's not too bad for Shuam. But for a Sierra Leonean community, I feel say it go against with cultural values. I mean, it is too American, right? Which is fine because we live in the US, we live in America. But when you go play them kind of songs, then they now places like Sierra Leone, and I feel say people that go be comfortable with it because Sierra Leone, no matter what they go through, but the people that are not religious people, them, not traditional people, them. So would I get for play your music? If you make them kind of music and they would get for play them, you rely on the Sierra Leonean populace to play your songs. But are they going to play these songs? Anyway, let's see this. This is by Menace the General and some other people that self-made. Now the music entitled to that, right?
Allow me to reintroduce myself. Well, I'm based. Yo, champ, tell them for me. The money them with the floss with them too small for me. Get out the more back and count them too young for me. Y'all leave with the screen palm too tight for me. Let it wait, I they can't make nobody no life for me. With the cruise the new specs, soon I choke by impala. Boss more bobo than a wheel on one falla. Really don't pan king size, you the drop slip now falla. Follow me, I no go school, now you don't left power. I'm a made man, I'm safe man. Anytime base touch you all still ghetto ain't classy, I'm the same man. All my downtown no service, my hits man. Yeah, I'm Hex girlfriends, all superstars. Anyone way I push from last to fourth. Left tongue can't set, put careers on pause. Man, and that's skip me on dick, now bless the balls.
True, I'm shitty. I'm self-made. Set it up. In the club, what you pass me. Feeling it. I'm self-made. I'm self-made. Keep hitting. I'm self-made. I'm self-made. In the club, what you pass me. You don't let them black like we talk, say me don't run, we talk, say me don't run, we talk, say me don't fall back. But you don't say class, the guy in a King Kong, and lyric up in Kong. We're training a fire on, rise and clean, ball like brand new link. So if a boy cross line, I go with Magnum. I'm on a dip on the street from Daikin down, come say come from St. John. Run down a Belgium, rough with them vagabond. Lyrics can never done, bring back the rubber down. Self-made, self-made, I get na me head, no pinch na me bread. Right at me, I made no man, me no afraid. No ink on the ink, so speak on the stick, no dig me no leak. Because we give them small chance to make them shit today. They got take mood, can run left, go test dog. Go kill people them like say
wine gold man, one rap. With it shine like a diamond. You not pan lamp, city don't tell you. Self-made nigga, got a gift not to want an elf-made nigga. We ain't gotta talk much, wife niggas rap. You don't come original, man, what kind of shit is that? Now we begin them, end them. Creole, English, blend them. Green, white, blue, we go defend them. Self-made, we know they afraid, do not all them come. We say me they kick it, you know they score, sand them. Shadow boxer, let me say it twice. Shadow boxer. Get a kid nice to mean, it's a genius. I murder beats, you all misdemeanors. Hop off, look at me, she like, go baby. Alright, I'm done, go shady. I'm self-made, just a silly reason why me gotta keep on hating me. I'm self-made, streets in the club.
We almost here, man. Yeah, I'm self-made. Sam, I see you on roof, what it do? Black Leo in the building. For real. Hey, yo, I'm self-made, plus I'm self-made. Once I enter the game, I make a bread fret. Can't eat all of the plates, I don't left bread. All team don't try, they don't head down up. Cover mad nigga, you have bills from the ground up. Place too cold, boy, I can't shake the town up. Close too shallow, boy, I go deeper. Scared of no nigga, the never number one, just like a goalkeeper. Man, I think me style, trust this rapper for me. Make the game stubborn and more just like a zombie. Saying it'll be hard, but all that shit's them funny. Raps be fat, boy, the shit be bony. Like them Somalians, I body them. Speaking of them losers, boys, probably them. Lyrical assassination is what the fist with. Flow like the water that I used to wash the fist with.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, of course, that's self-made. Of course, I like this song bad. For the American context, I can able for plan. I asked to inside me motuka, inside me any sawa day I can able for plan. But I don't know if I go able for plan as alone, you know, because you see, one time I traveled to Sierra Leone, I get this laptop, I play songs in there. So I pin na me palo usai, me mamade, me pikine, me other, you know, family and day. Then I left I play, and then. Now these you know, songs like this come up. Now your mama say, Ibrahim, can't hot this year so. You know, they say because that which is that they showed that in the winner like anaya. So my mother told me to stop. Right? So that's what we are talking about. I mean, I like the song, Menace the General, I mean man, I like him, I like the guy, ain't to not see it, but I just like the guy, I like the way they get confidence in songs the way they do. Of course, Shady Baby Day Panam, all the major guys, the Shadow Boxer, of course, we get with man, Caldinero Diddy, we get all the major man for this song, yeah. And then do one with class. I mean, pass you listen pain before you know saying a salon man they do this song, yeah. It's so good. So if me man they listen to me, if they go able for tune this song here small, because I know say we'll get forget that woman inside this video here so, but if only it go make itself up small, so that way they, I mean, we're not there against them, you know, the only thing, you know, because something like this they make them buy the music or something, but we are just talking about the Sierra Leonean identity in music and the Sierra Leonean culture, right? So they make, in fact, Menace the General and Amanda Oga for bring live on Sheriff's Broadcast Network for talk on the entire all. Many, you know, probably enlighten we as to how we're able to move on with this whole thing. You know, let we talk about them small, but I feel say it's necessary for let we talk about them. And so, the last but not the least, we want to say a lot of thanks to Saj, you know, we do Luma. This is not the other, you know, Sierra Leonean musical artists where they do very well. I like in Creole, you know, in Creole hip hop, the way in they do them, it can remind me of Snoop Dogg a little bit, you know, because Snoop Dogg where they rap, you know, where they rap hip hop music in English is very clean. I like the way they speak it clean. They again really, you know, that's so me man, you know, they rap. Let us see what here they talk about. And this could be the last piece, and then we can close down the broadcast. Right? Stick around.
We gon' kill this, man. Nobody see you, homie. You got me rapping on this one, man. Nigga. I've been the king of the party, the king of the club. So don't stop whining, get your groove on when you hear me. We gon' kill this, man. Nobody see you, homie. You got me rapping on this one, man. Nigga. I've been the king of the party, the king of the club. So don't stop whining, get your groove on when you hear me.
me rapping, better move on. Music non-stop, being over good sound. Freetown to London. Hey, my kids don't sell done, but it don't tell we the old on. But check this, now we own son. Now we business kinda luma. Now it's on for enjoy, yeah. High life, daddy lumba. Smoking hot, no Allah. Now we business kinda luma. Now it's on for enjoy, yeah. High life, daddy lumba. Smoking hot, no Allah.
Now we gotta move. 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 Now we gotta move.
We got the shows and VIPs. We still the shows and the ladies. Come in, Luda, I'm disturbing the peace. Camera action, cheese. Freetown to DMV. Them say me na VIP. All the ladies that they dance to me. Number one son can't join me. Okay, now we business kinda luma. Now it's on for enjoy, yeah. High life, daddy lumba. Smoking hot, no Allah. Now we business kinda luma. Now it's on for enjoy, yeah. High life, daddy lumba. Smoking hot, no Allah.
Now we gotta move. 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 Now we gotta move.
Freetown to Lagos, only babe them A-loss. Freetown to Accra, boy, can't see with the chakra. Somebody tell Joe Buck, we the cam over. Aye, Kenya, we the cam over. Somebody tell Tanzania, we the cam over. Hey, we the cam over. Hey, Africa, we the take over. Oh, what?
Yes, of course, my family, of course, that's not that Sal, of course, they do very well also, of course, my family. So, you know, this is the conversation that we have tonight. We'll not forget about all the other plenty musical artists, them, Steady Bongo, of course, Ackman, you know, we get, you know, Blessed and Future, of course, we get K-Man, you know, we get Shady Baby, Shadow Boxer, Menace the General, Cow Dinero, we get, they're all, we'll not forget about tonight. And this is going to be a series. The next time we'll come to this, the second segment of the series, we will talk about the other musical artists them. But the message tonight is, we do this show here so for able to foresee what side we day as Sierra Leoneans when it comes to our, you know, musical identity. Because time day way when you play Sierra Leonean music, all man they know say this music is from Sierra Leone. Just the cow where they play Ivorian music, they know say it's from Ivory Coast or Cote d'Ivoire. You play Congolese, then you know say now then Central and Eastern Africa and they come out. You play reggae, then they associate her with Jamaica. You know, you play hip hop, they associate her with United States and other Western countries. So we be get we identity in music, but this identity we don't change. So we want to know how the musical artists them of Sierra Leone, they positively or how then they contribute to the development of the country. Because music is powerful and music is power. So the words the way they put inside their songs and the fame we then get and everything we they follow, if then they do it the right way, then it will create a positive impact on the country. If then they do it the wrong way, then it will create a negative impact on the country. So now make way we condemn LAJ for where it go na stadium na Freetown. It's in up there it is sing in front of thousands of infants them, then it cost Mami cause holding the microphone. We condemn her for that. We not deal with them for that. You know they inside the Sierra Leonean culture, you know they inside with tradition. You know me say where they do hip hop, Creole hip hop, you get for introduce them to because now America you come out. You just call America briefly. You not even staying at the main line. You know, you've been in a jail for long. When you come out, you go back home. So you don't really learn about the culture of this country. You don't know much about the history of this country. Even the one where they sing hip hop songs then, you know they see that they cost too much like that. If they get for use then explicit language then get for do the cleaner version of it. We're not for the public. But you're not going to expect you don't do one version, then you put dirty inside, then you expect people to listen to it. So we are encouraging Sierra Leonean musical artists them, make them think about the country. They don't say where this country are, would they go through turmoil, would they go through bad, bitter experiences, would they suffer. We know say, for me them able for sing songs the way that they do, I'm not talent that one day. And everybody want for let this talent here, let elevate them, let it go before, let them benefit from them. That makes some of you they think now very seriously about what thing we go do for engage the music industry in Sierra Leone, for able for see how we go able for work together, for able for put some very good lyrics and messages there inside the songs that they sing as their own contribution to the development of the country. It is not just about singing or doing anything, but anytime where you don't put your mind to, doing a new track, you want to think about waiting at the try for put by this track here what they do. If you sing about romance, do them in a very nice way. Let it not go be uncomfortable to anybody. Let anybody able to listen to it. If you sing about politics, do it in a way where it not go create no tension at the country. If you do them for the youths them, not do song where they negatively impact the youths them. We then go engage in violence, they engage in untraditional activities then at the country, we go and bug the country. So now he make the end say, whosoever you find yourself as a Sierra Leonean, that your own small corner where you get, waiting you they do na that corner for brighten that corner, what are you doing there? If you're a musical artist, now you own corner that one day. Waiting you they do na that musical corner for elevate the country. If you're a broadcaster like me, waiting you they do na that you broadcasting corner for elevate that area day. If you're an engineer, you're a teacher, you're a nurse, you're a doctor, you're a minister in government, you're a politician, you're a president. What are you doing in your own small corner for brightening that corner? That should be the mentality. That's what we all for the think. Why should the whole we lead us then to account for their actions? We serve for able for do things then where with the whole we serve to account for your actions. So once more, me Ibrahim Sheriff, I want to tell you now plenty thank you for what you listen to we, for what you follow we, for what you support we. For all the comments that we want to put today, I want to tell you plenty thank you for that. The next segment we will come with next time, we will try for get musical artists them so that we'll hold a discussion on this issue. And going forward, we'll go able for the whole discussion and come up with recommendations where we will go implement them. We'll not go just talk about them, we'll come up with recommendations without implementing those recommendations. When you talk about issues, you come up with recommendations or resolutions and you make sure say you implement them. So we are going to talk about them, we are going to come up with resolutions or recommendations, and we are going to ensure that we implement those recommendations and resolutions. So once more, I want to tell you plenty thank you. I'm Ibrahim Sheriff, and again, for the one that we fast during the past month of Ramadan, let God give you the blessings of Ramadan. Once more, thank you very much.